Hello, ladies and gentlemen, treasures and gems, non-binary, gender fluid, and all those in between. I hope everybody's having a lovely, lovely Monday. And of course, immediately upon moving my hands around, I seem to have minimized all of my chat windows. Incredible. I think that's a new record. Let's see. Oh, you know what, though? This one seems to be okay. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Now I managed to fix everything. Wow, what a record speed of me fucking up my chat already. Can you all hear me? Is my audio coming through clearly? Hopefully there's not too much background noise going on. I do have my 3D printer going. I hope that audio isn't being picked up. Also, I see Atomi and Ptex. Atomi, you're on a 3-day streak. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for 3 streams in a row, back to back, watching me. And Ptex, 5 stream streak? Holy cow. I really appreciate that. Always lovely. So lovely to have so many people consistent. Well, I mean, Ptex, you're also a moderator, so it's you know, but I do appreciate, though, that even though you're like a stream moderator, it still recognizes you as being like, hey, they're here constantly, which is pretty fucking awesome. I really appreciate that. Also, I realized I don't have my facial emotions on. There we go. There we go. Now I can emote correctly. Hell yeah. Okay, let's take a look at chat. I see Fenrir, Cyrodith, May, DK Jones. Oh no, Seth. I remember this one. I remember. Sorry. So, like my memory retention is like Garbo sometimes. And Jay as well. Hi Jay. All right. Actually, let me just actually read chat aloud. Catch up with everybody real quick. Let's see. Hello. What's up, Pete's? How's everybody's day doing? My day is going good, actually. I'll be honest, pretty chill Monday, and I'll go into a moment why. But my Monday was pretty sweet, actually. Let's see. Okay. I love Puka's emotes. Their emotes for their Twitch stream is so good. I actually need to get my ass moving on my emotes. Or at least the new ones for the tiger. Let's see. Hello, good sir. Hello, Jay. Hello. Let's see. Another VR chat world affecting the go. Oh, wait, yeah. So I'm in the optimization cube right now, so it is affecting my goal. I can jump to another world, though. I can jump to another one. Yeah, let's see. You didn't detect me. The dark lurker. No, I didn't detect you. You snuck in quite well. All right, let's see here. I'm only 5 stream streak too, you know. Oh, dang. How come I didn't? Oh, Fenrir. Oh, yeah. Fenrir is also 5-day streak. But Glacier, I don't see your 5-day streak up there. Oh, I love those emotes as well, May. Those are so cute. Are those your emotes? No. They do kind of fit. They're all like a lovely, cute pink color. Hey, Digimon. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Another VR chat world. Yeah. I could switch to a new one. Would you all prefer that? Here, let's switch to a new world real quick. I'll switch to a new world, and we'll get a proper color going for me. So we're hopping worlds real quick, chat. It won't take me more than a second, and then I should be the proper color palette. All right, chat. How's this? Am I now like the appropriate color palette for you? My gold is now gold. No more weird colorizations. I feel like this should do it. I feel like this should fix that issue, right? I should be looking all majestic and tiger-like. Let's see. Oh, those aren't yours? Oh, okay. Well, I love the cute pink color of them. It looks so nice. A hydration regime from Digimon. Oh my goodness, people are already taking advantage. Oh, let me more. My beautiful partner just came in, gave me a kiss. So lovely, so gorgeous. Okay, I should take that hydration. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that hydration real quick. So I guess, you know, it's funny. I was going to address the redeems, but I guess you all already figured it out. Redeems are back. I finally re-enabled them, so feel free to use them. Some delicious redeems in there. You may notice some redeems have changed, and another redeems have disappeared. Do not worry, more redeems will be coming down the road as I think of them. Of course, if you have ideas for redeems for me, chat, please feel free to put them in the Discord, in the ideas and feedback channel, and I'll incorporate them into the stream. Okay, let's see. That's cuz things on my PC. I'm typing on my phone. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense, Glacier. Oh, yes, those are yours. Oh, wait, why did I read that as that's not yours, May? I'm so confused. Okay, those are yours. I'm sorry. I don't know why I misread that. Perfect. Ayo, Glacier, what's your name? Oh, mi amor. My chat says hi. She says hi back. Let's see. Oh, Spoons! Hello, Spoons. It's lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. I'm glad to hear everyone's weekend went so well. My weekend went well. My day went well, honestly. So, just to let you all know, I guess I'll just tell you why my day's been going so well. So it's Remembrance Day tomorrow here in Canada, and I have the day off tomorrow. So my work day was very chill, very relaxed, because most people took today off rather than taking the Tuesday off. I took the Tuesday off because I knew if I did that, I would have a very, very chill work day today. And it was super chill, super relaxed, got a bunch of work done, felt really good. Lots of progress, very happy about that. So everything's been going good, everything's been going smashingly. Let's see. Hey, Fen. Hey. Oh, everyone's saying hi to the channel. Hell yeah. Okay, so, chat, I have some exciting news. Okay, well, the first bit of exciting news is you probably like the hydration redeem that was given to me. Redeems are back online again. So if you want to spam me with redeems, feel free to do so. I will be adding those fun redeems that like mess with people's avatars as soon as I figure out how to do that. I know there's a plugin you can install on your Avi, which I will be installing on this Avi. So more fun things to come. And I'll probably actually do that tomorrow since I have the day off. Okay, I'll be updated with the actual time here. Wait, what? I'm confused. What? Okies, I'll be updated with an actual time here. What do you mean with an actual time? I'm confused, Spoons. I'm so confused. Okay, so, chat. I have some other exciting news. So you may have noticed that the coffee, wait, where's the coffee redeem? Hold on, let me see. Over here. So the coffee redeem over here for the stream community goal has changed. It's changed up a little bit. Does anybody in chat here, talking to you directly, chat, do any of you remember what the original goal was from the last two streams? Minecraft's, oh, side plot. Gotcha. Minecraft. Gotcha. Okay. It was Minecraft this whole time. Trackers, that's right. Good job. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's some very exciting news. I wasn't here for the last two streams. Aw, pizza party. We can do you know what? Okay, so I don't want to spoil what's going to happen later in the stream, but it's funny that you mentioned pizza party. Okay, no, so Zeph was right. It was trackers for the last, basically since I've come back, it's been trackers. Because my full body tracking is borked. It's scuffed. It doesn't work anymore. The layout of my studio has changed, which basically makes the outside-in trackers no longer really a viable option for me. So I had oh, here comes the Spoons. It's a Spoons. There she goes. Oh, here, let me turn you up real quick because I have you very quiet. Okay, go ahead.
I'm too chaotic that I had to get turned down. I see how it is.
No. It's because like I'm always rebalancing all the audio between like the streaming and the music. So, by the way, chat, can you hear Spoons? Spoons, why don't you come a little closer to me in the camera here, and to make sure everybody can hear.
Hold on.
There we go. Chat, can you hear her all right? Is she coming through clear?
Am I? I may not. Am I just too chaotic to be Seiko?
Nah. Yes, Spoons is good. Okay, you're good. Yeah.
Chocobo's been acquired for 1.
Yeah! Hell yeah!
So fucking small. It's so small because I'm small. It's beautiful.
Hell, we gotta do a Final Fantasy collab stream now. Now that you have a Chocobo.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should do a Final Fantasy collab stream. That would be I think that'd be a lot of fun. What do you think, Chad?
No, you also wanted to pop on the MC server. I think we should do that soon.
Oh, pop on the what server?
My Minecraft server.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. Actually, could you help me with that tomorrow? Could you help me get into the Minecraft server?
When I pop, get home from work, yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. Okay, so.
Funny enough, Wednesday we go to the end.
Dang.
I had the end closed off until later this week.
Lol. So I'll be joining at the perfect moment then.
You'll be joining at like the perfect moment. We gotta get you geared up.
Hell yeah. Hey, Noob Gamer, good to see you. Ruben, lovely to see you too. Okay, so chat. Sorry, I'm gonna shift back real quick because I started the.
You're good. I'm done with what I was saying.
Okay. What time, Noel? I could help pretty much any time. Any. Okay, so this is the thing. This is my schedule. Sorry, I'm getting like sidetracked in my own stories now. So as for times, I get up at like 6 a.m. Yeah, I get up at like 6 a.m. every day to go to the gym, and like so after like my gym time, I'm usually like good to go. Also, how are you? I'm doing great, honestly. I had a fantastic weekend. Had some pretty exciting stuff happen. So as you may notice, the redeem thing is gone. Seth guessed right. It was trackers. Trackers were the stream community goals. It was the fundraising I was trying to do because trackers aren't cheap. I was very lucky and was gifted not the full amount, but pretty much the exact amount I needed. And so, chat, I have purchased new full body trackers. That's right. I have gotten myself some new full body trackers, so get ready for next stream. Next stream is going to be a full body Knoll. So there'll probably be a new bean redeem, so get ready for that. I thought you were gonna make a comment. I was really pausing for you, Spoon.
Oh, I was looking at other things.
Yeah, I was looking at you going like, and Spoons will probably have a comment. Nope. Okay, no comment.
I mean, kinda, to be fair, I did tell it to myself. I was like, so the steppies are gonna come back.
Yes, steppies are coming back. Steppies are coming back. Chat is celebrating.
Oh god, it's gonna turn into a rave.
Oh, you better believe it. Yeah. So I actually picked up. I'm actually pretty excited. I got to admit, because I didn't just pick up. Because like I said, outside-in tracking is not really a viable option for me. But I really wanted a really solid form of tracking. So I have managed to get. Sorry, 1 second, Jab. 1 second. I'll let you in. I like to like slowly let people in as I go through the stream. So, I managed to pick up some Vive Ultimate. Oh, did my print get broken again? Quick, Spoons, keep chatting with everybody while I kick off my print again.
Well, their print broke again. I remember this happening like literally 2 days ago. They were making a 30 print.
Oh, it's been happening every day, all day.
Oh my god, you still have it going too fast.
Yeah, well, because it's a 15-hour print.
Jesus Christ. I think you may be having too small of an album for, It looked really nice, though.
It does look really nice. Well, if this one ever finishes, it will be the nicest version yet. It's going to be a really good print. Which, by the way, which I actually, speaking of which, you know what? Here, chat. I'm just going to show you all right now what I'm making. So I'm making a big version. So I was going to hold off on this, but you know what? I decided I'm going to just do it now. Let's see.
I mean, it's finished. Why not?
Yeah. It is. Okay, so chat. Here, let me stand over here next to you, Spoons. So chat, I have made a big version of this lovely turkey right here. So And you might be wondering, no, why do you have like a turkey with a glasses and fez magnet on your fridge? Well, I'll tell you why. Because fezes are cool, and I have finished November's vault item. So, if you all would love to have a turkey head for yourselves for the month of November, currently, right now, in the vault, it could be yours for free.
I can never not look at this and think it's so ridiculous but beautiful.
What's not to love about this? Oh, actually, it looks like I just minimized my chat again. Let me try and fix this real quick. How did I minimize my chat already? Hold on, chat. I'll get you back up. It's funny. You know what it was? It couldn't handle the turkey head. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Let's see if I can get this working. Press R to search again. Huh. Hold on, Chad. I'll get you back up in a second.
Look, now you're all just stuck with me now. I hope you're okay with this.
Might have to be. Let's see. Why is...
Oh god, no. I should not be allowed to be left alone with chat. We are gonna start an uprising.
Well, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and see if I can fix this. I don't know why, but the windows are not responding, and I can't get rid of the windows. Yeah, I'm just gonna spawn new windows and not really worry about these old ones. So we're gonna just...
Wait, so you're just gonna spawn in new windows, not find a way to close the old ones, and just keep... This is gonna turn into a situation of I have 19 tabs open, 3 of them are frozen, and I don't know where the music's coming from, but in VR.
Oh god, that sounds terrifying, actually.
That sounds exactly like what's gonna happen to you.
No, because this has happened before, and honestly, once I so I fixed it last time by simply restarting my OVR toolkit, but I don't really want to restart my OVR toolkit in the middle of stream, just because yeah, well, I mean, I just don't want to lose too much time, you know, because people are here for fun, engaging entertainment, and how can I say I'm providing that fun, engaging entertainment if I'm just fiddling around with windows? Okay, don't worry, chat, you're back. I see you again. Oh wait, now I have 2 chat windows. That's not good. I need to see my. Oh, there it is. Ah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. It looks like everything just kind of magically started working again. Cool. I'll take that W.
Look, we mentioned purging it, and it's like, oh shit. Okay, now. Okay.
Yeah, literally, we mentioned purging it, and it freaked it.
I'll behave.
Okay, let's see.
I wish my headset would do that.
I know, right? Okay, let me catch up with chat real quick. All right, so we have. Oh, thank you, Noob. I appreciate the congrats on the VR trackers. I'm pretty damn excited about it. Oh wait, do I still have the turkey picture up? I do still have the turkey picture up. Let me take that down real quick. There we go. Okay, so chat.
So you're 3D printing a bigger one?
Yes, I am 3D printing a bigger one. It's so it's not like huge. It's just like because this is the problem with that other one that was up. The glasses are a little wiggly, and I think it's just because it's a little too small. So I'm printing it a little bit larger so it'll be cleaner. And the reason why is because if you would like... So, for those who don't know, you can get this turkey head for free on the vault on my Discord. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel or become a Discord supporter, and you'll auto get access to the vault, which gives you this free asset. But if you want this turkey head in real life to be stuck on your fridge, I'm actually going to be loading it. It'll be available for purchase on the Etsy store, which this is me announcing I'm launching an Etsy store. There you'll be able to buy cute fridge magnets. You'll be able to buy t-shirts, of my lovely face. Because I've been drawing up a lot of fun t-shirts design, which you can see the behind the scenes of that in the vault. Basically, the vault...
No space on a pin.
Yeah, I'll give... that's actually not a bad idea.
Immortalized null in a pin.
If you're okay with a 3D printed pin of silhouette of my face, I'll make that.
You know what? Actually, that sounds sick.
Hell yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
was just thinking like a normal like a normal pin, but a 3D printed silhouette. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I need to have that exclamation point shop and merch command working. I just haven't. Okay, this is the reason why I haven't launched it to the public yet. It's because I'm trying to ensure that everything I make. So I always start with prototypes. Like, I'll be honest, chat. I have like 50 turkeys on my desk because none of them were like of good enough quality yet. Because I'm tweaking parameters. I'm changing settings.
How many turkeys did you make between when we were last talking, playing Final Fantasy, and now?
Yeah. Literally, like all weekend, it's just been me fiddling around with like all the different settings on the printer.
Like 3.
Yeah. Well, because like for me, it's really important that whatever I am going to ship to people, that it's really of like a good quality. So, because I make everything myself, everything and anything I do, the shirt printing, the pins, I'm trying to do it 100% myself. So that way I can ensure whatever I send out is of good quality. So that's why I talked about it last stream about like, hey, I'm going to be launching a store shirt soon. I'm really trying to make sure, because I'm doing the creative process and the manufacturing. So I'm trying to really make sure everything is like solid, is good. Well, because like I'm actually like I'm looking into enrolling into some like studio, because my partner's actually is like a member of some fun studios. And the studio that she's a part of actually does shirt printing. Like you can rent out studio space and use their silk shirt printers, which, for those who don't know, I actually used to do that when I was younger. That was actually one of my first jobs. That wasn't bartending, was silk printing, when I was trying to figure myself out as an artist. So I've actually already worked with these machines before, so I'm quite familiar with them. Let's see. I should try to catch up with chats. Only 19 tabs? Like 50 tabs is a wondrous number minimum. That's funny. Windows 11. Honestly, it is Windows 11. 100. I am gonna go like.
I have not had these issues with Windows 11 since I got it.
I've had nothing but. I've had nothing but issues with Windows 11. It drives me crazy.
Oh yeah, no. When they did the 4th update, everyone's OBS died.
Oh, it's insane. The only reason why I upgraded is because they announced they're no longer supporting Windows 10, and I'm such a weird I don't want a security risk. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll just update to Windows 11, I guess. Sent you a DM on Discord, Noel. Okay, I'll take a look. Let me see. Let me take a look on the Discord. Discord, taking a look. Let's see. It's has the VR asset, they can change it to STL file and print it themselves. Oh yeah, I know. I know they can, 100%. But it's not like a one-to-one process. It's a lot of tweaking. It's a lot of pain in the butt. But honestly, if they want to do that, I'm totally chill with that. That doesn't bother me in the least bit. There's nothing I can also really do to stop that either. There's nothing I can do to stop it. But I'm glad you brought that up, though. I appreciate you looking out for me. Because honestly, that's how I made the file, too. I made the turkey head, and then I made the file. Okay. Also, hi, Iceman. Lovely to see you. So good of you to come on in. So, those guys are sending me for a spin. Oh, the whiskey. Wait, what? The Whiskers is sending me for a spin. I'm so curious on what that means. Who gifted them to you? Oh, they're okay. So the tracker's gifting. It's kind of. We're gonna keep that anonymous for the moment. But it was a very sweet and kind gift. I really appreciate it. And it's good to be here. Hell yeah. Okay, so we talked about the trackers. We talked about the turkey head, which again, if you want this sweet turkey head for yourselves, all you have to do is become a member of the Vault by joining the Discord and subscribing to the channel, or becoming a server booster on Discord. And you get access to sweet behind the scenes, one free VR chat asset made by me every month. and just fun secret behind the stuff that happens within the vault. No obligation, no pressure, of course, but if you do want these free goodies, that's the place to get it. Did you install... Yes, there is also a top hat. There's also a monocle. There's also this lovely Necronomicon I designed. If you want this sweet book, you can see the pattern up here. Look how cool that is. Gosh, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff. The dad stash is not there anymore. If you want the dad stash, you will have to go to my Gumroad and buy that. Did you install recent 25H update? I hear it's fried some PC systems. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe? Who knows? I just have it set to Windows Auto Update, like, whenever an update comes out, so... The whisker's still poking through the turkey head. Oh, it's sending me into a laughing pit. Yeah, you know, honestly, I haven't figured out a way to, like, hide the head. To hide your head inside the turkey head. Maybe someone who's smarter than me could... Mm-hmm. Ads. No, not the ads!
It's funny on my end because I see the whiskers, I see the tips of their ears, and I see the back of their head.
That's funny.
Like the fur. So I see everything.
Too funny.
I can't with
blend shapes. No, I know. Okay, yes, I could have made more blend shapes, but the thing is, right? Then okay, this is the thing. If I start putting blend shape parameters on the turkey, because the asset is built with VRC Fury, right? So if I started to build it with blend shape parameters, I would have to create a unique turkey head for like every avatar out there. And I didn't want to do that, especially because technically it's a free asset. It's just an asset I'm giving away in the vault for anyone who wants it. Now, if you wish to take the turkey head, and I didn't want to false advertise it, I didn't want to equip it, blend shape, hide everything, and everybody going like, oh my goodness, it makes your head disappear. It does not do that, it just goes over your head. So, if you want your own turkey head, feel free to grab it, and it's yours in the vault. But again, I just felt like I didn't want to create like a million variations of the turkey just for just for the gimmick of having a turkey, especially when it's just a goofy fun free asset for November for all the American viewers and Thanksgiving for them. Okay, I'm back. I missed you. What you were going to tell me? Oh, it was about the update. Yeah. So honestly, I just have my Windows machine it just auto updates whenever Windows puts out an update. So, you know, whatever they put out updates, my machine just auto updates. I really don't give it much thought beyond that. Blend shapes for your Abby. Yes, I know I could have done it for my Abby, and maybe I will, but I didn't feel like it would be like, I feel like it would have been disingenuous to present it that way when it doesn't do that, like, because it wouldn't do that for anyone else's Abby, right? So I don't want people to be like, oh, I have the turkey head, but it, you know, I can still see my head protruding through it. So I really wanted to present it exactly how I'm giving it away, which is just a toggle that, you know, it comes with flimsy arms and legs that you can interact with. I think you can even pose them. Yep, you can pose it. There you go. So there you go. You can have a little turkey of your own. Hey, Fox, so good to see you. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Okay, so that's the free vault asset, is the turkey. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be selling magnets of it. So if you wish to, you know, that might be the first thing I put up on my Etsy. It might be that goofy ass turkey. Okay, so a few other things I want to talk about that happened in the community was our Saturday meetup. So I posted on the Discord for like where everybody would meet up. You all voted for the fishing, and it was a hell of a turnout. There was a lot of people that showed up. Like I was very.
It was a shark.
Yeah, you caught the shark. That was good. I think I caught like a big ass weird like bass thing at one point. It was huge. Got me to the top of the leaderboard. Just boosted the server. Hell yeah, May. That means you have access to the vault, and you can get the turkey head if you want it. Feel free, enjoy it, throw on your Abbies. I also did not remove the October one yet. Actually, I don't think I've removed a few of them. So if you go in the vault right now, there's a lot of assets in there for you to take. So feel free, have fun with them, do what you will, and just have a good time with it. Matter of fact, I'm already starting on December's asset, and I'm pretty excited for it. So my goal now that I have November's out, my goal is to try and get a little ahead of the curve, so that way at the first of every month, the new asset will drop. I'm hoping. I know I say that every month, and then I'm always like a week late, but one of these days,
Life is
I'm
life. You're busy half the time. It's okay.
yeah. The problem is I'm addicted to deadlines, so I always have to have a million plates spinning. Otherwise, I get stir crazy.
Working on something.
Yeah, I always got to be working on something. Always,
Yeah,
always.
Distract you. I gotta jingle the keys of Final Fantasy. Like, hey, no, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy? Where?
Even though you're
Where?
the one asking me half the time.
That's how I am whenever someone says Final Fantasy. I'm like, oh, Final Fantasy? Oh, what? What?
That's literally how it was over the weekend. I mentioned Final Fantasy.
No, legit. I mean, I get ridiculously hyped for Final Fantasy 14.
We were in the middle of playing Monster Hunter. I mentioned Final Fantasy, and then 5 minutes later, we're somehow on Final Fantasy.
No, you're right. You got me. You know what? You got me dead to rights, Spoons. It's exactly
First dungeon we did, all potato team.
all potato team. You know, honestly, that would have been a good recording. Just the all potato team. So for those who don't know, in Final Fantasy, there's a small race that's supposed to be like the equivalent of like fantasy gnomes called Lalafels, but they have a very like large, lumpy, like they have large heads with kind of like little lumpy bodies, and they resemble potatoes a bit. So everybody refers them as to the potato race.
Oh, don't worry. The only thing I will ever remember them by is they have no kneecaps.
They do not. They walk and run with like very stiff legs because they're too small for kneecaps.
No knees.
No knees at all. Okay, so
You can't break my kneecaps because I have none.
it's true.
But
It's
I
true.
can break yours.
Okay. So I mentioned the fridge mat. Oh, right. Okay, so the Etsy store. I forgot to mention t-shirts are coming. I do have prototypes of some of the shirts in the vault. So if you want to see some of the shirts I'm making, one of the ones I'm really excited about. Oh, I see I have a hydration redeem. Thank you so much. Oh, Zephyr, I appreciate that. I want to get a hydration right now. I'm going to walk into my camera. Spoons, entertain everybody while I drink this water.
Oh God, I'm being put on the spot. How could you? How dare you?
It's what I do.
Do this to me. The lawful horde will come for you.
I ain't scared of no potatoes.
Not when there's 50 of them chasing you.
That, you know what? Honestly, that's fair. It's like,
That would be terrifying to see.
oh no, did my printer get stuck again? Let me see what happened.
Oh my God.
Chat, start a count for me. Start a count how many times I have to restart my print.
In the middle of a dungeon. We were in the middle of something, and then no just has to go, oh shit. My printer broke.
Well, it's not broke. It gets hung up. The problem is like, okay.
No. When it happened during the dungeon, it full on flung off the print.
Yeah, it did.
Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember it. Trust me, I was very sad when the whole, because every time, like when you 3D print something, the moment the print flies off the plate, that's it. You're done. You have to stop the whole thing. All the filament you've used now has gone to waste, because there's no way to like re-adhere it to the plate correctly that the computer can like continue the processing again.
Well, depending on the filament, you can reuse it.
Yeah, that's true. Are we in one right now? Oh, wait, we have a story time redeem. Okay. So we have a story time. I'm going to, since you redeemed this one, I'm going to retell the same story that I mentioned in the Discord. So,
Curious now. I don't think I've known about this one.
this is a story about, not about me in particular, but this is a story about my, oh gosh, and squats. Okay, we're gonna tell the story while I do squats. So let me zoom.
In doing squats at the same time.
Yeah. Let me turn on. Let me like fly the camera out a little bit so you can all see me do my squats. So that way you know. So also we can break the fifth wall here, and you can see that I don't actually have full body right now.
Not the fifth wall.
The fifth wall, we're breaking it. So
Congratulations, chat, we're breaking the 8th dimension while we're telling the story.
yes. Okay, so we're gonna do squats. We're gonna do 10 squats real quick. So this is a story about my great grandpa Otis, which I'm changing his name so that way to protect his identity. So we're calling him Otis for now. No, that's not his real name. Jay, you know the real name because I mentioned it in the Discord. So we're gonna call him Otis. Where are we at? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 10 squats.
I like how you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do these squats. We're gonna do these squats and tell a story at the same time. Starts telling the story after doing 3 squats, immediately loses track.
Well, okay, and this is the reason why I was just like, I was trying to tell the story and do the squats and realizing that I was failing at both. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna commit to one.
Exactly.
So, and 10 push-ups for real, P-Tex. All right, we're gonna let me get through the story first.
P-Tex, don't underestimate them.
That's true. Okay, so this is the story of my great grandpa Otis.
They stuff all the time. I think I'm in debt right now.
Right?
I am in exercise redeem debt.
Oh god, I hope I don't get into that one. Which is the 5th wall, floor, ceiling? It's the ceilings. The 5th wall is the ceiling. Okay, so great grandpa Otis, he he was a gentleman who was. This is a story about great grandpa Otis, and when he was in high school, great grandpa Otis was getting ready to go for prom, and at the time he was courting. He was for his girlfriend at the time that he was courting, that he was going to take to prom. Later became my great grandmother. And he was very excited. He's from, like, let's say the deep south, and he was very excited for this prom night. It was his big final year of high school and prom night. He was very, very stoked, ready to take her out on the town. And so he decided, you know, keep in mind this is a different era. He decided it'd be a good idea to hang out with the fellas and start doing a little bit of pre-gaming. He did a little bit of drinking and got himself a little too tipsy. And now, this is not me advocating drinking or driving. You should never do this. This is really bad. And this is one story that, you know, emphasizes how bad this is. So he was celebrating, really excited to you know, having his final prom, and proceeded to get into his heavy-ass boat of a car of a Chevy. It was a huge, I mean, this was like, had to be like, I think 1940s. These cars were boats. These cars were super heavy. And he was really excited. But of course, he had a little too much fun before getting ready for the prom. And needless to say, his driving ability was very enamored. It was not good at all. Because as he was going to go pick up my future great-grandmother, his girlfriend, and his date for the prom, he forgot that A, his car is a heavy-ass boat, and B, you know, living in the deep south of that area, the roads were not all paved. They were still gravel roads. So he was going a little too fast and a little too excited for the road he was driving on. And my grandmother at that time was living at the end of a cul-de-sac at the very, very back of it. He was just ripping through that shit. He was flying. And when it came time for her to slow down and pull into the driveway to pick up his date, he vastly underestimated how loose the soil was under his car. That dude just flew through their yard and straight into their living room. Just smashed the whole car in. But since back in those days, those cars were built like tanks, not only did it smash through completely into the living room, it proceeded then to have the floor go out from underneath it. And then the whole car just fell into the basement. Just think about that moment.
What's that car made of?
Fucking, that's what I said. I was like, what is that car made out of?
Either that car actually used to be a tank, or something was wrong with that floor.
I think something was wrong with that floor. So yeah, so keep in mind, like, now thank God, like, my grandmother's parents and my grandmother were not, obviously, I mean, I wouldn't exist. It'd be a Back to the Future moment. You'd literally watch me fade away. Luckily, none of them were in the living room, so they were all okay. But needless to say, they were very surprised that, like, they came, because they were all upstairs. They came running down, found their living room fucking gone, and a big crater where the floor used to be, with a big Chevy car sitting in there. And my grandfather just pokes his head out and goes, "Is she ready to be picked up?"
No way did they just play it off like that.
Yeah, he was a character. He was a character.
What is this movie
And that is a story time. I hope you enjoy that new redeem. I have so many lovely stories of you know, my family and like all the crazy shenanigans, and then stories of myself as well. I've been up to a few things, but I felt like the first redeem should be given to retelling the story of my great grandfather. Mi abuelito. Okay, well that ain't great impression of your great grandparents. It really is. It's a very funny story. Oh, we have big Tio energy. Everybody strike a pose.
I have no arms.
Then grunt aggressively.
I see how
Summon your Tio. All right, we have 10 squats. Let's go ahead and do the squats real quick, and then we'll do 10 push-ups. All right, let me go to behavior. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Okay. I am Theo now. Okay, 10 squats. Here we go. And wait, why is the camera so funky? I don't like that. Let's
How it's bouncy because you have it set to look at me.
No. But like what I'm trying to do is like
Oh, angled weird.
Yeah, like hold on. Let me nope.
So one thing I recommend for setting up the camera with a cool look is placing the camera far away and above you, and then zooming in on the camera.
You know what? That's a good idea. But I want to be zoomed out right now because we got to do squats. All right, here we go. Squats, ready? All right, chat. We're going to do squats like this. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be so much better when I have full body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, well, and same thing with the push-ups. All right, so we're gonna do push-ups now. Let me know if I go out of frame for these.
The push-ups look so cursed in normal body.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do these push-ups without full body. I did not think this through. Here, let's see. There we go. All right, here we go. I guess so. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, what you don't know is I do about 100 push-ups almost every day.
I know, you told it before. You said it before.
Oh, have I? Okay. So that was actually very easy.
I know that. I only just recently found out what no looks like.
Oh, really? Oh, whoa, that's too close. There we go. There we go. How's that?
No, you literally had your camera on in DC over the weekend. It's the first time I ever saw it.
But I have my camera on before because I've ran community-based workouts.
I was never there, Carm.
Whoa, the whole stream squatting. They are. The whole stream is trying to get me to squat. All right, we've done the squat. We've done the push-ups. I've done the big story time. Time to go on to the next big subject. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, right. Okay. So, chat. I'm sure some of you have seen this. I've been posting my archives on YouTube. So basically, after a VOD is done, usually within 24 hours, I post it on YouTube. And I also post the clips on my main YouTube channel. Though this you already know, I mentioned this in previous streams and things like that. But one thing is I've been having, I'm gonna turn up the bobbing a little bit because I feel like it's too much. There we go. Okay, so one thing that I've really kind of been enjoying and wanting to do more of is the skits. So I've done like 2 skits so far on YouTube, and they were a lot of fun. I kind of want to keep doing more of that. So I'm going to try and challenge myself to start putting out more content on a more like aggressive schedule. P-Tex, I just finished the last 10 push-ups.
Wow.
All right, chat. Here we go. I'm not gonna bother like doing the body recalibration. So you're just gonna watch me get scuffed, and we're gonna blast out these 10 push-ups super fast. There we go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, I should make it more challenging for myself. Maybe once I get full body, we'll do one-handed push-ups.
I was just saying those look like inverted crunches.
They are.
Thundra. Hi, Thundra.
Hi, Thundra. Thundra, how's it going? That picture makes it look like you're just doing handstand pushing. No, they were real push-ups. They were real push-ups. When I get the full body, the real push-ups will look better. P-Tex, could you actually disable push-ups for now, just for the rest of the stream?
Sure, but also with this one.
Has to disable it for themselves.
Well, P-Tex is a moderator. They should be able to disable it for the whole stream.
Yeah, I'll disable it.
Oh, no.
All right.
Also, you got 10
That part, I just find it
Okay,
funny.
squats I can do. Squats I feel like is something that's definitely doable even with half body. So we'll do squats. 1,
Push-ups disabled.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. 10 squats.
I had something going through my head that I wanted to say, but it is so gone.
Between the
Gone
weird
and
push-ups.
left the stage. To be fair, I can't even remember what
Needs cooldown timers. It does have a cooldown timer. That's the funny thing it's just P-Tex is very obviously like the moment it's off cooldown is like bam, 10 more push-ups.
P-Tex is constantly looking at chat. They're not even looking in VR.
Yeah, they're really not. They're just waiting is for when things go off cooldown. No, lol, it made it look more impressive, like you were just doing push-ups with no leg supports, almost levitating. Oh, you mean like handstand push-ups? Okay, I get what you're saying. I used to do that. So like when I was a younger guy and more aggressive into sports, I actually did used to do handstand push-ups. I don't do them anymore because I'm old now and my shoulders hurt, and I don't want to break my neck. But you know,
No.
you do what you can. Let's see, P-Tex does that. Also, I have sound alerts for squats that sound like P-Tex. That's funny. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I think I missed that hydration for Thundra. I'm gonna go take advantage of that after I've done all those push-ups and squats.
That's a good idea.
There we go. Okay, chat. So, like I was saying, that I must be ancient. Cyrodiff, you haven't you ever heard the expression "women age like fine wine"? You're only getting lovelier with age, Cyrodiff. You're not ancient at all. I, on the other hand, am becoming dust. But you're quite lovely, Cyrodiff.
What on earth do you
You
mean?
are a very lovely sister.
I mean I'm becoming dust, at least according to the internet. Okay, so all right, hold on, I'm going over my notes, making sure I didn't miss anything. Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm going to try and push myself a little bit harder on making content. Not that I didn't push myself hard enough as is, but I've just been feeling really inspired to make more stuff. Like just more things for the Twitch channel, more like YouTube shorts, being more consistent. Oh, hey, Raiders, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Can we get a shout out for main character Squishies? Lovely. Welcome on in. I really appreciate the raid. I hope you had a good stream. What were you streaming? Well, unless, of course, you need to go relax after your stream, get some water. No pressure. But I'd love to hear about what you were streaming if you're... Yes, rest and relaxation is important, especially after, you know, entertaining people and stuff like that. It can be quite draining, quite tiring. Hello, fish raid. Fish raid, let's go. Fish, 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 fish. Ah, thank you, Thundra. Also, Thundra, I see you're on a 3-stream streak. Hell yeah. Really appreciate that. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm going to try and push myself a little bit harder, making more content, making more interesting things. And tomorrow, okay, so tomorrow is my day off. I plan to do a bunch of recording in VR chat. So if you see me in VR chat, I mean, normally if I'm in VR chat, feel free to be like, hey, Noel, want to hang out? 99.9% of the time, I'm going to say yes, even while streaming. But tomorrow, during the recording, I might not be quite visible, but I will be in the Discord. That's it. Pay attention to statuses. But I will be in the Discord because obviously I'll be editing videos and I'll be working on the Twitch channel emotes. I plan to draw a bunch of emotes tomorrow. And I'll be streaming that in the Discord. So if you want to hear more of me blabber and see me doing art, I'll be hanging on the Discord doing that. Oh, Wolfles, hey, how's it going? That's really cute. I love the little nose boop. That's such a cute little emote. I was playing Death's Door. It's a fun top-down game that reminds me a little bit of Hollow Knight. Hell yeah. And 10 more squats. Oh, which, hey, by the way, I remember you asked me a long time ago if I would ever play Repo, which I just got Repo. So if you ever want to play that, let me know. I'm happy to play some Repo. Okay, I'm going to do some squats. What?
I think that's karma.
Their headset died.
Oh, no!
Lost power.
No more power. Okay, here we go. 10 squats.
Karma.
1,
Hello.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Looked like you were trying to
Boom.
dab there for a second.
Dab.
I do it. I fucking do it. I fucking do it.
Bam, bam. Listen, I may be old, but I'm not too old to dab.
I never dab.
I dab every day.
It's not something I do.
Okay, I'd be down to play some Repo sometime. Hell yeah.
Oh, same.
At some point, yes. Yeah. We're gonna play some Repo. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll be in the Discord working on emoji. So if you want to hang out while everybody watch me struggle through, because I'll be honest, I love drawing. I do. I draw a lot actually in my free time. I'm sure some of you have probably seen me post it here and there in the Discord and on Blue Sky. But I'm very shy about it. I actually feel like drawing is probably one of my weakest skills. And I'm very self-conscious about it. Probably mostly because I grew up in a house full of artists. Like everyone in my family was an artist and a phenomenal artist at that. I am probably the weakest artist in my family. Like pure traditional.
Okay. I'm about to say, no, you're saying artist, and it's a very broad.
Well, I mean, when I say artist,
3D artist.
yeah, well, that's why I went to 3D, because I just couldn't compete with my family, like drawing, like traditional, like painting and drawing. Like I just couldn't compete with them. Like, which I know you shouldn't compete with your family, but I do have a type A personality. So it was like an internal competition.
I feel my family all the time because it's funny. We fool with each other.
That's okay, yeah. So it is fun to razz your family, especially your siblings. But
Yeah, no, I harass them all the time.
that's it. So that's why I was like, all right, I'm gonna go into 3D instead, because that was the only one that understood vector math. So I was like, yeah, I can get into 3D, no problem. And
you can only imagine things in 2D. I can go 3D.
three-dimensional. And then I go into animation, which then I started to understand timing and studying life. And I still try to keep up with it. Admittedly, I would say over the last like 4 years though, my drawing skills have really kind of tanked. Mostly because I've been focusing so heavy on developing, because I made a huge like paragonal shift, like because I was drawing all the time, and then I was an animator, and then I made like a shift in my career to be like more of like a technical artist. And so I was like, oh my god, I am so bad at I'm better now, but when I first started I was like, oh my god, I'm so bad at programming. I don't understand like a lot of like computer science stuff like I should. So I kind of took a little break from drawing to like to focus more on computer science stuff, and you know, it paid off in the end. I got a, you know, nice job. I love my career. I'm having a great time with it. But I had to let my like despite the fact that I always love to spin a million plates in the day and definitely overload myself, I do acknowledge that there are just so many hours of the day, and I only have so much energy for so much stuff. So something had to go, and I kind of let my drawing skills slip a little bit. So I'm trying to get that back now that I'm a little more comfortable in the rhythm and the flow of what I do. And so I'll be giving it a go with doing emojis for Twitch channel, for my Twitch. And maybe even doing some Telegram stickers. I'll be honest, I love using Telegram, and I get so jealous when I see people with like really cute Telegram stickers of their persona. Let's see. I'd be down to repost it. Okay, yep. Let's see. Don't compare, Null. It's depressing. Trust me. No, it's true. Comparison and perfection is the thief of happiness. Have a lovely stream and evening. Oh, okay. You have a lovely evening as well. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that. Same. That's why I quit drawing at all, to be honest. All my sisters were way better. Learned ukulele. Hell yeah. And guitar. That's cool. You still channeled your creativity in another way. Because my older brother knew guitar, taught my sister's ukulele, and now both my older brothers is better at the guitar, way better at singing. Same with all my sisters with ukulele and singing as well. Oh no! Wow, that paragraph took a sharp shift on me. I am full middle child, man. That's okay. I'm also a middle child. I'm a 100% middle child. Middle child. That's why I Twitch stream. That's why I Twitch stream, because I didn't get enough attention as a kid. Okay. Animation is fun yet tedious. Animation can be tedious, but I really enjoyed it. Like my career, so for the first 4 years of my career working as a professional animator, I really liked it. I enjoyed a lot working as an animator. But making the shift to technical artist, I have to admit, has been phenomenal for my career and just like general happiness. And I am way better at it, actually. Like, I was a pretty good animator, but I am way better at technical art. I am the family IT guy, though. Look, hey, look, listen, you got a skill set, you know, flex on it, use it. Telegram stickers favorites. I am only child. Yeah, my partner's also, they're also an only child. Like, and it's very interesting coming from like all my siblings and my big family. Because chat, as I mentioned many times, I am your Theo. I have a huge family. I have, no joke, this is not an exaggeration, I have 32 cousins, chat. 32. I have 18 aunts and uncles. Think about that.
I know I have at least 5.
Yeah, like...
That I can remember off the top of my head.
And when I say 18 aunts and uncles, I don't mean their spouses or partners. I mean like direct blood related aunts and uncles. 18. Think about that. It's so much family. That is too much family for like one brain to handle.
That's too much family for them.
Okay, so I think I lost the thread there for a moment. But that's okay. That's okay. We're having a good time.
I wanted to say real quick, no, on backtracking a little bit on the mention of content making for you making skits.
Yeah.
You should make some Final Fantasy skits.
Ooh, yeah, but I guess I could make some Final Fantasy skits. I don't have any Final Fantasy avatars though. I'd have to get some or
No, I mean making the skits in Final Fantasy.
Oh, making the skits in Final. Yeah, I could try some machinima. I know like there's a lot of like tools out there to help with that.
Funny.
Yeah, no, it'd be very funny.
Some shenanigans having a... Wait, oh my god, I made the realization that would be hilarious. It's like having... I guarantee there's gonna be a funny skit where I can at one point be my Lalafell summoner just summoning Bomb.
We gotta level you up then.
I'm tiny.
We gotta level you up.
Tiny.
So tiny. So much fury in such a tiny form. Okay.
Yes, it's me we're talking about.
That's true. That's true.
No, to be fair, I'm not even that short. I'm 5'9".
Well, that's not too bad. That's too bad. That's not that short at all, truth be told.
The average.
You have way more cousins and uncles. Damn, I just have 6 siblings, but 3 uncles. No, that all suck and I have like 2 ants. Aw, I'm sorry. If you feel any better, if it makes you feel any better, when you have a family that big, you're gonna have some rotten apples in there. Like there's some real assholes in my family too. I love my family, but there's also some like some not so great ones. There's amazing ones, but there's also not some great ones either.
Yeah, I talked to like.
You have way more. Oh wait, over that. 9 had 170. Wait, what? 9 had 167 kids. I am one of 167. That is insane. 167. Holy cow! When the furry totem pole. When was the furry?
We've been here for like 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It's been like this for a little while. This is kind of what they like to do.
Look, I like reverted back to my natural state when I first joined VR, being small and sitting on top of people's heads.
That's true. That is like your natural home.
On top of mine. It's funny.
That is your
Maybe
natural
before Larry
place.
was mentioning how a lot of us were middle child.
I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in ages. Oh, Siri, did you used to play? Oh, you should get back on. You should get back on the Final Fantasy train. I'm gonna get everybody playing Final Fantasy 14. That's my goal. I have 8 aunts and uncles. That's a pretty good number. My mom is the only one that has only 1 child. You know what? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong with being an only child. Honestly, it just means you didn't have to share your stuff with siblings. Because my siblings, I love them to death, but they did like to break my stuff.
Mine either.
I did share. So me and my siblings, we're all actually super tight. Mostly because we're all huge nerds as well. But like, you know, there's always that weird teenage phase where siblings are gonna fight. Oh, that's good. That's good. It's good.
I just say I don't normally share my stuff because most of the stuff I have, I bought myself.
Oh yeah, no, same. I mean, I would buy my stuff too, but like, you know, my parents would be like, no, you gotta share. Oh my goodness, Mono! Hello! Welcome on in, Raiders! So many lovely raids this stream. I can't believe it. Can we get a shout out? Mono, how are you doing? How was your stream? Did you have a good time? What were you streaming, by the way? Would that be a fluffy stack of stack or heap? I think it's a heap. I think this is what you would call a heap.
It's a vertical pile.
Yes, I agree. I agree. That's what this is. So, where was I at? Where was the thread I was on? You know what? I really can't remember now. Hold on. I know I was on a point. I was going to say something, but I can't remember now.
We distracted them too much. Good. Mission accomplished.
But yeah, Mono, how was your stream? Beat Saber, hell yeah! Dang, I know you played Beat Saber. I used to be super. So when I first got my VR headset, I was so addicted to Beat Saber. I would play that like every day on my lunch break. That was like especially because like I got my VR headset during the pandemic. So I was like, all right, well, it's so funny. So I was in VR chat in like 2018 is when I joined VR chat, but I didn't get a VR headset till like 2020 when the pandemic hit. And I'm like, well, now I'm really trapped indoors. And I need a little bit of exercise for myself. So I got Beat Saber, and that was kind of like I'm having fun, but I'm also working out.
Oh, so
Familia.
funny enough, like, in terms of Beat Saber, I liked it so much that I got comfortable playing expert level songs within like a week.
Oh yeah, no, same. Like I was playing all the expert songs.
I'm just a rhythm game psychopath because I played Osu.
I am a big rhythm game sucker. I love rhythm games. Like I even prototyped up a fighting rhythm game because I was like really excited about it. Like the idea of like a Street Fighter style fighting game, but you had to do like your attacks on a rhythm. But then I was like trying to design and like balance it was a nightmare. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not smart enough to get this working. But if anybody else wants to do that or knows of a fighting rhythm game, let me know. And besides Crypt of the Necromancer, I already have that one. OMG, yeah, VR was Beat Saber for years. Oh yeah, no, it's a staple. Honestly, whenever I have people come over and I'm like, hey, because you know all my friends know I'm super into VR, and whenever I have like friends coming over and they're like, and they haven't tried VR yet, I usually get them to play Beat Saber, because it's one of those VR games that it's very easy to get immersive and have fun with, and because it doesn't have joystick controls, it's just like one-to-one point control with your head. It's very gentle. Like, there's no worry of getting anyone nauseous. Because I know it's so funny. Because sometimes I remember I used to have people be like, "Oh, hey, can I play like some VR? Want to give it a try?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what do you want to do?" And they're like, "I want to do a VR roller coaster." And I'm like, "No, absolutely not. That will get you so sick." And mostly just because it's the
Everyone.
People who don't.
I've never been VR sick.
Well, you probably just have very good equilibrium in your ear then. But there's a lot of people, like, especially when you get past like your 20s, your equilibrium starts getting like a little thrown off, and the disconnect from what you see visually.
When I first got into VR, I was a little woozy, and then I got used to it. I was like, "Oh, this is weird."
Yeah, and that's perfectly normal. That's actually a survival instinct. That is your brain recognizing what you see visually isn't connecting to what your inner ear is experiencing. So it's assuming you've swallowed a neurotoxin, and it creates that nausea so you can try and throw up whatever you ate. It's at least that's the current running scientific.
When you pop in VR for the first time, your brain is like, "Oh God, it's a simulation."
Yeah, your brain doesn't know how to handle it, and that's very common for people who play VR games that either disconnect your movement to what you visually see, or what like controlling with a joystick, for example.
Well, that is the weird thing for me. I never get VR sick and never got VR sick. Yet I often get sick in cars.
That is weird. That is a very weird, because most of the time people who get sick in VR will oftentimes also get sick in cars or get sick on a boat, and it's usually from the disconnect from what you're.
I get sick in cars from time to time, but in VR, when I first started playing, the first game I got into was Echo VR, where you just fly around in zero gravity, literally do flips and stuff.
So Echo VR is one of those games, because there's no grounding to it, actually I think is relatively safe to play. It's when there's a grounding.
That's actually a funny thing for me personally.
Hold on, let me catch up with chat real quick, because I see chat's been writing some stuff. Let me just catch up with that real quick. Okay, so let's see. Never could do any of the Camila songs on Expert. Those are tricky. You're not alone in that, Pengo. Used to push hard, but so much more fun with mods like Darth Maul mode. Oh, I've always wanted to play with the mods. I just never got around to modding it, sadly. So I'm just like a vanilla player. When custom saber levels. Yeah. Oh yeah, those are fun. Let's see. Metal Health Singer Null is combat game that is rhythm style. Really? Okay, I'll check it out. I get VR sickness from certain worlds. That's valid. Honestly, I still get a little VR sickness sometimes when I play a jet fighter game in VR. Like if I go to like a jet fighter world, I can get a little nauseous sometimes. Didn't know that. Neurotoxin. Yeah, it was. So at least that is the current scientific hypothesis, and why, like, because the study first started on like, why do people get car sick, and why does it happen particularly for like as you get older, like, because like generally like young kids, it's so like young kids, for example, they can go on those old playground things where they spin you around like crazy and they're totally fine, but adults eventually they lose the ability to handle these type of things. And same thing with car sickness. So scientists have been doing a lot of like research and trying to figure it out. And thanks to VR, now that it's easier to recreate these experiments in a controlled lab experience, and do proper scans of the brain while this happens, they're kind of like putting the pieces together. And the current hypothesis is that is an evolutionary defense mechanism, that our brains auto assume that we've eaten some sort of neurotoxin and is trying to get us to regurgitate it to stop the disconnect from what we visually see to what we're actually experiencing in our ears. Let's see. Pressing the jump button at the same time when I jump is weird. Oh yeah, no, that is the absolute weirdest thing in VR, is when you're like physically jumping and hit the jump button. I don't get motion sickness. It took me like 15 minutes to get used to VR. Yeah, I mean, there's individuals out there like you, Seardith, and PTEX, that just got into VR and were A-okay. And then there's a lot of other people, and I try to warn people that sometimes too when their first experience in VR. Like, I remember, not to put Heath on blast, but I remember when Heath first got into VR, he used to get motion sickness, and he was actually really worried. And I'll never forget getting in a Discord call with him and, just reassuring him, saying like, hey, it's okay. I also got motion sickness the first time I started VR, and it's just something you can work through. And just like how you can develop sea legs, like the term sailors use for those who get nauseous on a boat but eventually overcome it by long exposures on the boat, you can do the same thing in VR. You can develop your VR legs and just get more comfortable in VR. But you have to take it slowly, one step at a time. I get motion sickness myself. It took me a week to get over my motion sickness when I started playing. Yeah, see, it's super common. It happens a lot. It's actually more unusual for those who never got motion sickness. Not that it's completely not uncommon, but it's definitely more common to get motion sickness for those who first start getting into VR. At least that's what I think anyways. Hey buddy, oh my goodness, I was just talking about you, Heath. I was just recalling how how we both got through like our early motion sickness when we first got into VR. I only got
I know for
Mhm.
sorry. I was just gonna say for me and the motion sickness thing is in VR I can handle flying planes just fine. I cannot handle cars. Cannot handle cars.
That's valid. That's valid.
But flying planes and everything smooth like butter. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now for me it's
kicking in.
it's funny. I can handle cars in VR, but planes just like they get me sick.
Just take you in a helicopter.
Oh, so I was also saying earlier about Echo VR, because you said about the disconnect and it's not that bad. Normally, sure, but turns out back when that game was still a thing, there was a secret setting, it was this thing where you could toggle, where you could enable 3-axis movement. So you could rotate normally like this, but you could also rotate like this, left and right, or forward and backward.
Oh, I didn't know it had that setting. I was really sad when they shut that game down. I loved Echo VR, actually. I even
played like
esports team in it.
Yeah. Well, I heard that like there was a community trying to like hack it and like have their own private servers with it, right?
Yes. But I don't think it went anywhere as far as I know.
Aw, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's see. No, it was so good. I loved it a lot. Okay, let me catch up with chat real quick. Chat says, I only got really sick from one game. Lucky Tail decided to move the player head like a regular game camera. Sliding without controls is not fun. No, it is not fun. I do not recommend that one bit. I used to get wicked nauseous and headaches reading in the car, but a few years ago, head reset, and ever since, I can read or do whatever I want. Was crazy day and night. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a reset though. That's a great power up to get like a reset, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I can now read in a car. Honestly, that is the one thing that bums me out, because I take a lot of public transport, and like when I'm on a bus or a metro, I just like I can have my headphones on and listen to music. I cannot read at all. Otherwise, I will start to feel not super bad, but I sometimes will get a little nauseous.
Figured out how to do it on desktop.
Neurology is fun. Indeed it is. Love the change of horizon options in VR chat. Walk on walls. Wait, really? You can walk on walls in VR chat? That is a setting I will definitely play with. Let's see. Hi, Heath. Yes, we have a lovely Heath in chat. Okay. So chat, there is another thing I want to talk about. I have a question for you, chat. So yesterday, and I'm sure a lot of you experienced, like Fenrir, I'm sure you experienced this. And actually, I wonder if any of you experienced this yesterday. Yesterday was the first season of Snowfall, which means autumn is now coming to an end. Which, honestly,
I had snow yesterday and today.
You had yeah, I also had snow today. Yesterday is when it started. It continued on today. So I guess autumn now is officially ending, which breaks my heart because autumn is my favorite time of the year.
Don't worry. Where I'm at, that snow's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. It's already supposed to be like 70 degrees.
Oh, you're lucky. No, like our snow will probably melt too.
What do you mean? The weather doesn't know how to make up its mind.
Well, that's nice though. That's fun. That can that.
We're known for. It says the weather's gonna do one thing. 5 minutes later, it's somehow the opposite.
You know, honestly, the same thing happens here in Canada all the time too. So I'll be honest, chat. Like for me, this tiger here, I love the autumn weather. I love the change of the leaves. I love like you know, not to sound basic as fuck, but I actually do like pumpkin spice. So I love the autumn time of the year, and I'm not ready to let it go. But chat, have you experienced like snowfall in your area? Like, has the new snowfall begun? Like, have you gotten ready for the coming winter months? Let's see. I don't get snow. Oh, I'm sorry, May. I guess you live. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you live in a sunny area, so you don't get snow. Here, I'm gonna change my position a little bit, see if I can change the lighting a little. Story time. So, okay, let me take a swig of water, and I'll do another story time. Let me grab some water, chat. I see P-Tex wants another story. Also, I see Spoon's left. I wonder if she's okay. Did she crash?
No, they're going to play Monster Hunter.
Ah, okay. Let's see. I don't get snow, just the freezing here. Aw. I live in okay, so no snow or ice for me. Aw. I'm sorry, Seardith. I did a long time ago. You basic bitch, lol. Where are your Uggs? Hey, listen here, May. Calling me out, calling me a basic bitch. Pumpkin spice is unironically tasty, and I don't care who I have to fight. Pumpkin spice is legit good, and I will put that in all my shit. I will put it in my latte. I will put it I'll put it in my cinnamon rolls. I don't care. I'm pumpkin spicing everything. Pumpkin is a flavor that is criminal that it's only around for one time of the year. We should be growing pumpkins all year round. They are so tasty. The Monster Hunt calls me. No, well, oh, okay, so no worries. I just want to make sure like you didn't just like, you know, VR. I would have been heartbroken if VR chat just kicked you out. But I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad that the hunt is calling you. Do us proud, Hunter. I am a basic bitch too. Okay, so you're also an enjoyer of pumpkin spice. Where's your Uggs, May, huh? Pumpkin spice enjoyer, Where's your Uggs? Oh, big stretch. All right, big stretch. And then we're going to do story time. Big stretch. There we go. I live in Thundra. I lived in VA before, and I was able to make a world. Oh, wow. Working igloo when I fell in the snowbanks. Aw, that's cute. Knowing my luck, VRC booting me doesn't sound too far off, LMAO. Well, I know sometimes you have internet connection issues, so I was like, if you had gotten booted for that, I would have understood. Okay, so story time. Hold on. Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, so this is a story. This is an embarrassing story about me, chat. Chat, do you all want to hear about little Noel, little teeny tiny Noel, and some of the goofy shit that I used to get into when I was just a wee little cub? Uggs are ugly, but I like pumpkin spice now. No, I hate them. Yeah, pumpkin spice is good. I have a scarf and beanie too, so ha. Well, I also have a scarf and beanie, but I do also live in a generally cold area. Like, where I live, of course, we don't call them beanies here, we call them toques. But, I also have a scarf and a toque as well that I wear, because it's generally cold here. I actually need it. Okay, so, I'm gonna tell you a story, I'm gonna tell you a really embarrassing story of little Noel. So, and it actually goes really well with family, because this is a story about me and my sister. So when I was a little kid, I joined my first time in Blue Moon only to hear one of the most Canadian things, LMAO. Hey, come on, coming from a fellow Canadian? Come on now, fish, fellow Canadian here. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if I had told you this, I obtained my Canadian citizenship now. I am now an official Canadian. Oh my goodness, is that a cheese beagle as well? Hey, hope you're doing well today. Doing amazing. Actually, you just came in at a perfect time. We had a story time redeemed, so I'm about to go into a little bit of my past, talk about my life, and tell a story of tiny Noel. Noel when he was just a little baby cub tiger.
This means second only chomp.
Congrats, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I am so excited. I was so happy. Sadly, though, I know we just had the mayoral elections take place just a little while ago, and like, I completely, and like, it was the first time in like 10 years that I could legally vote, and I completely forgot to vote. I'm like, oh my god, I can finally vote now in the country I've been living in for over 10 years, and I completely forgot to vote like a dingus. But I'm super happy a Chileno got in. Hey, Chilenos, we're here. Okay, so the tiger's looking good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think I you know, it's still a work in progress, but I'm really enjoying how it's turning out. Like, I still have some more tweaks I want to do to the tiger. So this isn't even my final form. So there'll be more stuff coming like very, very soon. Okay, so story time. So when I was a wee little cub, I know I started this 3 times now, but when I was a little guy, little tiny cub, I was obsessed with magic. Like, not like wizard and sorceries and stuff like that. I was obsessed with street magic. I was obsessed with card tricks and props, and like I was crazy about it. Matter of fact, to this day, I still carry a pack of cards with me everywhere I go, not to play a card game, but just to do spontaneous card magic tricks whenever someone like asks me about it. If someone says, "Hey Noel, can you do a card trick?" I'm always like, "Yeah, absolutely. Here we go." So next time we hang out at FurryCon, ask me to do a card trick, and I'll do a card trick for you. So you got this. Aw, jeez, you're so cute. Oh, actually, hey, can we get a shout out? PTEX, can we get a shout out for Cheese Beagle? I forgot. I should have given you a shout out, Cheese. I'm sorry. By the way, Cheese is a very cool streamer. They do amazing art. They hit an amazing milestone in followers. Everybody go follow Cheese. They're just generally a very cool beagle.
No contacts are there.
Taking notes for the next time we hang out. Hell yeah. So I was obsessed with magic. I was crazy about it. And so I used to like practice tricks all the time, but I was very particularly obsessed with the magician Harry Houdini. And Houdini was particularly, oh, I'm getting a little bit of a lag latency spike. I hope you're okay, chat. I hope everybody's doing good over here. So where was I at? I had a Harry Houdini magic set. Hell yeah. So I was upset. Oh, I'm sorry, chat. I'm getting a really bad lag spike. I'm not sure entirely why. Like, it's either like my Wi-Fi is overheating or something. Hold on, chat. Let me just try and figure out what's going on exactly, and I will be right back. And I'll continue the story. Okay, chat, I think I figured out the issue, and then everything seems to be a-okay again. Okay, so, like I was saying, video's looking good. Okay, so video was looking good for you. For me, it was getting like really weird and hazy, and I'm not entirely sure why. But everything seems to be doing better now. So we got it resolved, chat, everything's good. I'll continue with the story. So I was obsessed with Harry Houdini as a small little cub. And I was so crazy obsessed with escape artistry. Matter of fact, it's what led into my current obsession, which is as a hobby, as a little relaxation, I like doing lock picking. I actually have like a little lock I fiddle with occasionally. So I was obsessed with like doing escape artistry. It was something I was like crazy passionate about. And so to imitate like my idol as Harry Houdini, one of the tricks Harry Houdini used to do was they would like ask people to like handcuff him, like, and of course as a small child I didn't understand that like Houdini would like plant people in the audience to handcuff him and like, you know, fiddle with the lock. Like it was all staged, right? It was all like hey, I have plants in the audience to basically ensure that, like my escape would always be perfect, right? So I didn't know that as a kid. So I just literally asked the kids in the neighborhood, like all my friends, to be like, hey, here's a bunch of ropes and stuff like that. Tie me up and I'll try and escape from it. Wanting to imitate Harry Houdini. I'm going to do Fortnite. Y'all have a good one. Okay, Jay, no worries. You have a lovely time in Fortnite. Have a good night. So I thought it'd be real funny, right, to try and do an escape artistry trick and do like a little Harry Houdini performance. And I asked the kids in my neighborhood to tie me up. Well, when I asked this of my friends, my older sister got wind of it. My older sister thought it'd be really funny to go ask all of her friends, which she was older than me. So she asked all her older friends to also get ropes and tie me up. Oh yeah, you know where this is going. So before I even knew what was happening, within like 15 minutes of me trying to perform like an escape artistry trick, and keep in mind, right, like I'm already been tied up by my friends, but we're little kids, they can't really do good knots. And I made sure to put some oil on so I could slip out easy. Before I knew it, kids that were several years older than me showed up and then proceed to tie me to because we had tied me to to a basketball post like that in the communal park area. Where did they leave you? Yeah, so this was in a basketball court in a park where this took place. And they proceeded to, and it was in the middle of the summer. It was like a 40-degree day, or like a 100-degree day, for 100 degrees Fahrenheit for those who don't use Celsius. At least that's what it felt like. They proceeded to further tie me up completely to the basketball post from head to toe, and then just leave me there for hours. For hours I was left there. I had never gotten a worst sunburn in my life. I was crispy from head to toe. I was utterly scorched. Now, luckily, I did have a good mom who went searching for her lost little cub and found me tied up, because not only did they tie me up, they proceeded to abandon me. They all just left and just left me there for at least 2 hours. I was tied up like that. And with that intense summer afternoon sun, I was a very burnt knoll. Needless to say, I have never done that trick again in public. But I still like to play with ropes. And that is story time with Null. That was the story time redeem. I hope you all enjoyed that story of little Null getting tied up. Okay, so that was the story time redeem. I have a lot more stories. I have a lot of stories to tell, actually. It's funny, I was reminiscing about it, and so I just added that new redeem in. And I'm very glad about it. I'm happy to share some of the goofy, more lighthearted, goofy antics that I got up to as a young, little tiger, a little cub. I think this requires a follow-up. Really, what would be the follow-up? That I ambush my sister? You need to make your escape artistry debut. Listen, I can still get out of a pair of handcuffs pretty good, I think. I can still pick that lock, I bet. And I still like doing card tricks. I like doing I like doing little magic. Basically now my magic tricks are much more humble. They're much more mundane. Furry talent show. Honestly, that would be a lot of fun. If I were to practice for maybe for Furnal Equinox, because I know Furnal Equinox does a talent show, but the thing is, I am so out of practice for doing like performative magic like that. I would need a good while to practice my routine and stuff like that. And ideally, I would like to have a fursuit for it. Actually, which, by the way, I've started an ambitious project of making my own fursuit head. So hopefully, by next Furnal Equinox, I'll have a furry head. At least the head. No magic show on stream win. Okay, if I hit a goal of 500,000 followers, I will do a face reveal stream in which I will do a magic show. I will do an IRL. Here I am, Null in the flesh, full-on magic show. If we hit that ludicrous number of 500,000 followers, which I know I'll never hit, so that's why I don't mind making that promise.
I can do magic. I cast Gooper's Extendus.
I'm sorry, what?
I cast Gooper's Extendus.
That was a good one. That's a good one. I can't see you when you go right here because I have my window and it just like overlays on everything. Ah, there we go. Now I can see you. But I saw you on my camera. I saw your Boopus Extendus. Let's see. Ooh. Fursuit construction. Oh yeah. Okay. So I am gonna be. So as soon as I finish doing the turkey head stuff, like the turkey head magnet, I will be doing the fursuit. I will be building my fursuit, and I'll be documenting it on Blue Sky and the Discord. I'm not gonna do it live on Twitch because I'm still learning how to do a fur head, and I really don't want to just like fumble around on stream while I watch YouTube videos and like how to do stuff like properly, like sewing and stuff like that. So, but I will be documenting my progress and how it goes at least. We'll look for you at FE for sure. Oh hell yeah, Fox! You're coming back to Furnal Equinox? Hell yeah! Looking forward to it. Come on, everyone. We just need 499,383 followers. Let's go. We got this, chat. Super fun. No, I'm really excited actually. So I'm doing so I have like a really like nifty topographical scan software. So I did a scan of my head, and I'm using that as a reference to 3D design my fursuit head base. So that way I like it should fit like very nicely around my own head. And then I'm going to design it in Blender, 3D print it, and then proceed to, like cut out fur and stuff like that. I used to sew when I was younger as well, but it's been it's been like at least 20 years since I've done any serious sewing. So I know I'm going to be really bad about it. So that's why I'm not going to do it live on stream. Yep, I'll be dragging Nemo as well. Hell yeah. We got to hang out. Yeah, we definitely need to hang out. Go hit some raves, hit some nightclubs, just have a good time. Maybe I can get it done by MFF. Ooh, that would be cool. I'm a little, okay, so I was actually going to save this for later in the stream, but I do have, so for those who don't know, I like to have little show notes to keep me on track on the subjects I like to talk about. So I was going to bring up actually on the stream the furry conventions for 2026. So given the unusual situation taking place within the United States, I don't know if I'm going to be attending any furry conventions in the US this year. Crossing the border
to Eurofurence.
I might come to Eurofurence. I've been flying out to Warsaw a lot lately. So for those who don't know, I've gone to Poland now twice this year already. But I'm not too sure about going to any US furry cons, but I will definitely be doing the cycle for the Canadian furry cons. So I'm definitely going to Furnal Equinox. That is it for sure. So for all those who are going to FE in March, which should be taking place in my notes I have here, March 20th to March 20th. Wait, really? March 20th to 22nd? Only 2 days? That doesn't seem right. Well, hey, Fox, real quick, because I'm sure you have it up, and maybe you have it up in front of you. Do you know when Furnal Equinox is? Because I wrote down March 20th to March 22nd, but that would only be a 2-day con. That'd be crazy short if Furnal Equinox was only 2 days. Because I'm used to it being at least a 3-day con. Wow, wishes we had.
Maybe it's including, so 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I'm a dingus.
It's 3 days.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah, 20, 21st, 22. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Yeah, that's what it says. 20, 22nd. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Gosh, I'm a goober. I know math. It's so funny. In the beginning of the stream, I was like, yeah, I know 3D vector math. Proceeds to can't count to fucking 3 later in the stream. You know what I need? I need water. I need to hydrate myself more. It is a little toasty right now in my studio, I have to admit. And I actually had to turn off the heat because I was getting a little too hot. There we go. Okay, so.
Eurofurence is a 5-day con.
Holy shit, a 5-day con? That would be a blast. I'd be dead by the end of that, knowing me. I party a little too hard.
It's amazing.
Okay, let me see here.
Also,
Wow,
like,
wishes
an
we had
extra
that,
party
but need body scan. Oh yeah, no, the body scan is super nice. It fit the HDMD. There's pass-through cam and other VR fun. Oh, okay, that's cool, Mono. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so yeah, I'll definitely be heading to Furnal Equinox. I kind of really also want to do Vancoufur, which is like the Vancouver furry convention as well. The problem is traveling to, like, honestly, the time it takes to travel to Vancouver versus, like, for example, heading to Eurofurence is like literally the same flight time. Like, getting across Canada takes so fucking long. And the other issue is the Vancouver furry convention happens on like March 8th. So like both of these furry cons are in the same month, kind of back to back. I have a full-time day job. That is a little hard to be like, hey, employer, can I just take like a long weekend in the beginning of March and then another long weekend at the end of March? I'm not too sure how happy they would be about that. So I'm kind of like weighing if I should do the Vancouver Furry Conference or should I just do Canfurence. I couldn't do Canfurence this year because I had done that trip to Spain and it kind of just like fell on the same date, unfortunately. But I could go this year for sure. We got a room in one of those towers for FE too, so we're gonna get absolutely fucked. Hell yeah. I'm actually a little jealous. I kind of dropped the ball and forgot. I kind of forgot to register for FE. I'm not even registered right now. I should actually go register after stream. So I'm gonna there's still some time, but by November, this time of the year, like I already know all the good spots are going to be taken, so might be a little tricky. But I'm glad you already got your sweet room in the tower. Good luck for the elevator, though. I know the elevator is. So this is the only thing. This is the reason why I've actually never stayed at that convention's hotel, and it's specifically because like they only give you like 2 or 3 elevators to use for all the convention goers. So they have like the rest of the people who stay in the hotel use like another set of elevators, and like the furry con goers have to use like one specific elevator or like 2, I think. And so like the lineup is crazy. Like every year I walk by it, I'm always like, Jesus Christ, look at that huge lineup. Never would want to do that. Oh, there's still time and space. Elevators couldn't be as bad as FWA. That's fair. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Oh, there's still time and space, huh? You know what? If there's still time and space, I will look into it as well and see if I can... Maybe if it's not too expensive, I'll make the exception and stay at the con hotel. Like I said, usually I don't because I can get something a little cheaper. Like, and not because the cool thing is that area, there's lots of hotels and actual Airbnbs as well. So there's a lot of like cheap options, generally very close by. So I'll see what I can snag up. But I mean, if the price is not too bad, I wouldn't mind staying at the con hotel, I guess. Just those elevators. Every time I've gone, those elevators are crazy. Okay, let me take a look. Oh, okay, so, I got sidetracked a little bit because I want to talk more about the fun winter months, but I got sidetracked by the story time. Oh, but yeah, but I do want to talk more about furry cons. Okay, you know what? We'll talk more about furry cons, and then I'll go back because I had a question for all of you, given the snowfall and all that, which is, and it's a little bit of a circle back to the pumpkin spice comment. Because I was going to ask all of you, what's your favorite like wintertime snack? Like, what's a treat you really enjoy having during the wintertime? Actually, you know what? I'll ask that now, and then I'll go back into furry cons. So, now that autumn's coming to an end, and we're getting snowfall in our respective areas, it's time for our delicious winter treats. I personally enjoy a nice pumpkin spice latte as a drink, but even more so than that, I enjoy a warm apple cider. Like when it's the cold winter months. And the nice thing about here in Montreal is there's actually like little wintertime booths everywhere that you can go enjoy that usually have like, heated lamps you can stand under to get warm. And they always serve warm apple cider. For me, that is like the quintessential cozy outdoor winter treat is to get a warm apple cider. But I'm curious, chat, for all of you, what is your go-to like winter snack? What is the treat that you all love to get when the cold wind is out and, you know, the gentle snow is falling on your nose. Hot cocoa. Hot cocoa is a good one. That's a classic. Especially with like some nice marshmallow on it. Oh, that is so good. That is so tasty. I always love that. Okay, so I'm going to shift back into furry cons while all of you answer that question, because I'm very curious on what your favorite winter treats are. Pengo, what's your favorite winter treat?
I like a really nice hot chocolate.
Hot cocoa's good. Hot cocoa's good. Chicken soup. Chicken soup's that's a good one. That is a classic. It's like a drink too, right? So, like no worse than like boba tea. That's true. Chicken soup does qualify as a meal and a drink, in my opinion. It really comes down to is how you prepare it for yourself. If you have it in a thermos and you're just like chugging it, then it's a drink, 100%. And a grilled cheese. Okay, I'll be honest. I love grilled cheeses, but I can only eat them with tomato soup. Like a grilled cheese with a hot tomato soup is like is a absolute must parody. They have to come together for me. Because the grilled cheese, right? It's just cheese on bread. It's not enough substance for me. So like when I make grilled cheeses, I have to pair it with a nice tasty tomato soup. What about you, P-Tex? What's your winter treat?
Definitely yellow snow.
You cannot eat the yellow snow. That is not.
Snow.
That is not. No. I will not accept that as an answer. Grilled cheese, tomatoes, and tomato soup is top. It is top tier, 100. Okay, so furry cons. Definitely going to FE. Maybe going to do Vancoufur. But I think realistically, given like time and distance and travel and just, you know, general expense, probably going to do just FE and Canference this year. So if anybody wants to meet me at FE, I actually kind of want to put together a little group thing. So Fox, I might like add you to a Telegram group if that's cool with you, about everybody who wants to go to FE. So if you want to go to FE, hit me up on Telegram or hit me up on Discord. I'll create a group chat. So that way, I mean, I'm sure Fox, you and Nemo have your own plans as well. I don't want to encroach on your guys' plans. But if you want to like, you know, meet up, organize like what events we want to go to together, when we want to hit that dealer's den, get that sweet swag. Let's get a group going. Let's get some chatting. And this is an open invitation for everyone, BTW. If you want to meet me at Furnal Equinox, hang out, you know, put together a treasure trove, which brings me to May, if you are still here watching, to your pizza party. I would love for anyone who wants to meet me at Furnal Equinox to host a little treasure trove pizza party with booze and blackjack. No, I'm kidding. Not the blackjack. Twitch, don't ban me. That was a joke.
And hookers.
There will be no illegal gambling. But honestly, I would love to get like a treasure trove meetup pizza party where we're just hanging out, having some booze, eating some tasty pizza. So let's get that rolling. So, Heath, I know you've already been to FE once, but maybe in 2026, you want to come with May? Ooh, hydration. Thank you. Actually, I appreciate that. I do need another hydration. My throat is getting parched. That's good. Okay, there we go. So chat. Where are we at? How are we doing on time? Oh yeah, we're good. We have like an hour and 15 minutes. Hell yeah. Okay. Wait, actually no, we have more than that, right? Yeah. No, we're only at 8:44. Yeah, we got lots of time, chat. Lots of good, which is actually great because I do have a lot of subjects to go through. I made a pretty big list of chatting here on stream today. Let's see. Good thing because more on the way. Hell yeah. 844 lol. Wait, 844 what? Uh-oh, it looks like my 3D printer got stuck again, chat. Hold on, let me get that fixed. So chat, what number am I on now for my 3D printer getting stuck? What are we at right now? What number would you say? Would you say that was like number 3? Okay, let's see here now. Thundra, I'm very confused. What 844? Like, why you wrote that? What is the context for that? I'm a little perplexed. I'm a little confused. Also, can you hear the music? Because this music is such a bop. It is such a jam right now. I love it. This is so good. Just Okay, so chat. Yeah, you can hear the audio? All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, so chat. Let's see. We have grilled cheese tomato soup. Those are all really, really good winter snacks. I enjoy that. Okay. You know what, chat? So we're about 2 hours in, and I haven't really talked about what I called this stream, what the title of the stream is, which chat, does anybody want to write the title of the stream for me? Because I if I recall correctly, I believe I called it "Stream Isn't a Monopoly?" ? Reminds me of Cyberpunk.
Steam's a monopoly? ? Exclamation mark, brain emoji, explosion emoji, LMAO.
Yes.
Semicolon, big tigers, treasure tax.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, PTEX. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So I was waiting to hit the midpoint of the stream to talk about that subject matter, to talk about the Steam. So apparently, an article has come out. Now, I'm not going to say what the article was or who published it because I don't want to bash anybody. But if you just Google it, apparently, and I'm using this in quotations, air quotes, 72% of developers believe or feel like Steam has a monopoly on the gaming market. And I wanted to give my own 2 cents on the matter. Being, given that I am actually an IRL game developer. My occupation is I make video games for a living. I've been doing it professionally now for since 2008-ish, I would say. So for quite some time now. For a little while. Definitely for a little while. Almost 20 years at this point. Not quite, just a little under it. And so I thought it was really funny when I read this article that Steam supposedly has a monopoly, because that is not true. That is not true in the least bit. What Steam has is we all know the meme, right? Steam does nothing and wins, because literally what Steam has done is it has just made such a good platform for video game distribution and interaction. And for those who don't know, who may not know, because I know a lot of people always like to bash on Steam because they take 30% of the commissions on every sale on a game. However, Steam does a lot for the developers for uploading on their games. Like for example, if you're uploading a multiplayer game and you're a small indie developer studio, Steam allows you to have access to their back-end API for multiplayer networking, so that you don't have to build this convoluted net code to connect and find other players. Steam just gives you that as a feature of loading a game onto their platform. Like if you want voice chat in your game, you could just do it through Steam's system. They give you that back-end API system. They give you a lot of good stuff to put games on their platform. Steam is legit just a really, really good platform for developers and for gamers. Plus they don't engage in really shitty, anti-consumer practices. So the only reason why someone would feel like Steam has a monopoly is because you wanted to participate into shitty anti-user policies, in my opinion. Because the thing is, there are other platforms out there that are pretty good. GOG, for example. Good old game, that is a pretty decent platform. That's a pretty good platform. Even the Epic Store is a pretty good platform. Now, admittedly, Epic actually did engage in anti-consumer policies, such as, try to say hey, if you launch a game in our platform, exclusively, we'll waive all the royalty costs. Because for those who don't know, if you develop a game in Unreal, it's 100% free. You can download, anyone here in chat right now can download Unreal 5, and literally start making a game for free with professional tools right now. The only time you have to pay Epic is when your game reaches a certain like financial threshold. Like basically, you've sold a number of copies of your game, and then you have to pay the royalties for every future sale on that game. Or you can pay Epic a fee outright, basically. So you can just pay them like, you know, like if you already know your game is going to sell like a lot, you can just buy the royalty outright. So that way, for any future sale, you don't have to pay them more royalty. Now, Epic tried to engage in what I consider anti-consumer, like monopolistic characteristic traits by saying, hey, developer, if you develop a game in our engine and then proceed to launch it exclusively on our platform, we will waive all royalties. And even with that shitty practice, in my opinion, developers still chose to put their games on Steam. So again, the only reason why Steam has such a dominance in the PC gaming market is because their product is just that good. It's not because it's an actual monopoly. They're not doing anything to sabotage the competition. If anything, you know, they haven't really. Oh, hey, I got a new follower. I don't know why I didn't hear that notification. Hello, HR3U. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. So, you know, it's not like they've done anything crazy or anti-competitive or like really anything even that crazy innovative. Like the platform, like they roll out new features occasionally, but Steam has pretty much been unchanged for like the last, I don't know, 5 years more or less. It's been pretty much the same. And like look what Amazon, right? Amazon Prime Gaming, that is like, I mean, that's why Amazon laid off all those people. They're literally shutting it all down. Like they've given up. Even the CEO admitted we can't compete with Steam because we underestimated how good their product was. Stadia, Google gave up. Google had Stadia. That's completely discontinued now. Even Google was like, yeah, we just can't compete with Valve. Their product is just that good. Now, that's not to say that a monopoly is good. Monopolies are really bad. Like, monopolies are, like, anytime a company engages in an actual monopoly, the people who lose is us, the consumers. We lose when a monopoly takes place. So I don't like like, for those who are regular viewers on this stream channel, you know I'm very anti-corpo. I do not like big corporations, and I do not like hyper-capitalism, and I definitely do not like fucking monopolies at all. But Steam is not a monopoly in any shape or form. It is just a game. Well, I mean, they still make games, but let's be honest, they're not really making too many games. Like Valve operates in Valve's time. They just have a good platform that people generally like, and literally didn't have to do anything to maintain it. Let's see here now. Going through my favorite winter treats, and it's honestly after the Christmas snowflake and candy shopping. Oh, that's cute, Thunder. I like that. I love that emote. That is such a fun emote. I'm going to go pop out for a bit for Fortnite. No worries, Pango, no worries. Apparently can't run 2 easy anti-cheats games at once. No, that's true. Anti-cheat does not like it when you have 2 applications running it at the same time. Oh, hey, free market, work it out, make a good service, and not be obvious shit. I know, right? Steam is actually a prime example of the free market actually working. 99.9% of the time, free market just means, like, a capitalist wants to be a shithead and, like, do really bad anti-consumer shit and not be punished for it. That's usually when you see economic businessmen being like, we have to let the free market be the free market. What they're really saying is, hey, I want to engage in really shitty corpo behavior and not have to face consequences for it. Because 9 out of 10 times, that usually is what ends up happening. Valve is one of the rare examples of the free market actually just working, and it actually did work out. Like, they actually just made a really solid product, and everybody liked it. That's why everybody still, even though they you know, because you know the old adage goes, you know, you live long enough to become the bad guy. Valve has been around since forever now at this point. Like, I mean, my Steam account is like over 20 years old, because I made a Steam account when it first got created. And keep in mind, when Steam first came out, I fucking hated it. I didn't, because I got started on Half-Life 1 and the original Counter-Strike, and I remember playing Counter-Strike on the servers, on the modded Half-Life servers, and being super mad when 1.6 came out, and they're like, hey, by the way, you can't install this game anymore via a disc. You have to create an account on this new platform called Steam to play our games. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to, and you know, this was way back in like 2004 or something. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to have to create an account to play like a game I paid for. I already own the physical discs of Half-Life and Counter-Strike. Why would I need to download, like, why would I need this weird software? And for a while, I didn't even do it until I saw all the Counter-Strike servers slowly start disappearing. And then if I wanted to reconnect to them, I had to do it via 1.6, creating a Steam account, and then start playing via that way. And I remember being like, oh, hey, I got another hydrate. I'm gonna go get that hydrate before I go too far on the rant. So yeah, so like when I see the 72% of those developers, like, and you know, like, sorry, I got my thoughts all twisted up. Let me take a swig and slow my roll and try to, you know, put my idea out there coherently and consistently. Uh-oh, Chad, I'm running out of water. I might have to take a small water break and go get myself some more water. Okay, so chat. So yeah, I didn't like, oh yeah, I know, right? Times have changed. Now everybody has, and that's actually one thing that drives me fucking crazy about, like, and again, I'm a game developer, but this shit drives me crazy. I hate when I buy a game now on a platform like, let's say Battle.net or Steam or Epic Store or GOG, and I'm like, cool, I have already purchased this game on a storefront. Let me just load up, and then, like, for example, it'll be a single player game. And I'll be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go play my single player game. Oh, nope, sorry, you have to log into another launcher now that you have to log into with an account. I'm like, fucking why? This is a single player game. Like, for example, I refuse to buy EA games anymore because, like, I cannot, I am so done with logging into Origin in order to fucking play, like, my Star Wars game. Like, no, forget it. I'm not going to play any more Jedi Survivor. Like, which is sad because I love those games. I love single-player story games. But I'm so tired of having to log into fucking Origin or some weird-ass shit, even though I already bought it on another platform. Like, just stop it. I'm like, and Ubisoft is like fucking Uplay. Like, I haven't bought an Assassin's Creed in forever because I don't want to have, I bought it on Steam or I bought it on GOG. I do not want to have to load another launcher. Forget it. Actually, I don't think you can do that anymore on GOG. I think GOG doesn't allow you to sell a game if you have to, like, load it on another launcher. They do not like DRMs, which I am all for that. I hate DRMs. Okay, the only issue I have heard from Steam was their price quality. Oh yeah. The 30% is brutal, especially because there's no exception for that. It doesn't matter if you're a giant developer or a little developer. It's every sale is 30%. So for every $1 a developer sells their game for, 30 cents goes to Valve. So, like, let's say I made a game tomorrow, right? And I was selling it for $1. I would only get, like, and not including taxes and things like that. Let's just ignore all the taxes and things like that. If I were to sell a game right now on Steam for $1, I would only get 70 cents. The other 30, or sorry, 70 cents. The other 30 would go to Valve. So I, like, for every $1 I sell on that platform, I have to give away 30 cents of it. It's just the nature of the business. It's the cost of selling on that platform. You know, which is not like the worst thing in the world. It's not like it's for what you're getting out of the platform, like the marketing, which admittedly Steam is getting better at it. Like there was a time when like, I'm not saying it's perfect now. It's definitely not perfect, but there was a time where like you'd put your game on the Steam store and like mobile trash would be like flooded and shit like that, and like your game would just like, unless you had a huge budget, your game would just vanish. Now it still has that problem more or less, but like, you know, I find like most games that supposedly like you know, like when people say like, oh, this was a good game, it's unfair, it's so sad it died out, most of the time like games that truly deserve their top spots, like and I'm talking about like small indie titles, and I'm not trying to bash on people, like I know it, trust, I've worked in this game industry for a long time, I know a lot of passion goes into them, but generally when people like climb to those top ranks of those indie spots, it's because they really deserved it. Like you can really see the polish, the passion, the energy. I'm not saying there's not like an amazing indie darlings out there that maybe should have gotten more praise, but the like to like blame the people at the top and say like, oh, you just got lucky in the algorithm and blah blah blah. They really didn't. They really deserved their top spot. Like you can usually see like the quality bar is pretty massive, and like, and it's, I know it's still not perfect. I know there's still a lot of like trash getting flooded into the Steam market, but Steam is working really hard to crush it, especially now more than ever, since like AI slop is just right around the corner. Like if you think AI slop is bad now for videos, just wait around the bend for what's going to probably happen to video games next. Like there's just going to be a slop of, because like there's already like AI, like now that I'm seeing AI generated 3D models being made, holy shit. And like we already have like Copilot that's writing code, and like other apps, like now that there's like apps, we now have apps writing apps. It's just like, oh my god, it's only a matter of time before the AI slop video game flood coming. So like Valve is trying really hard, like especially right now, to like stop it. So, you know, hopefully it'll only get better in time. There was a lawsuit where a dev sold a game on Epic cheaper than Steam, caused Epic to have less % of the purchase than what they sold it on Steam, and Steam removed their game. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that happened. Reminds me of the Holodeck episode. Oh, which Holodeck episode? There's a lot of Holodeck episodes on Star Trek, which I am a big Star Trek nerd, so happy to talk about Star Trek at any time. With all the AI game stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I am, as a video game developer, like, I am not looking forward. Like, because I know AI will eventually take my job. Like, the problem is, right, I love what I do, and I will continue to do it as long as I will do it as long as it's humanly possible for me to do it, until the inevitable bots do come to take my job. Because just like film, and like how like studios kept trying to push AI writers and stuff like that. Like if the film industry had its way, it would have zero staff. It would just be all AI everything. And video game, like any entertainment industry, they're always looking to like lower their overhead. Like every video game company out there is, I'm sure, like from EA to Ubisoft, they're all looking going, hey, how do we lower our overhead? And the most expensive part of video game development is always the developers. Like, and I say this as a developer. Like, I know I'm probably the most. Not me personally, but humans in general asking for, because you know we need money to pay our bills and eat food and stuff like that. That's the biggest cost. But that's, you know, it's not just video games. It's all businesses. All businesses. The biggest cost is the human resources, is people. That's why that's why we're literally referred. That's why you have a human resource department, because they see humans as the resource for the company. And, you know, corpos will be corpos. They'll find any way to lower that cost as much as they can. And so they'll use AI to try and, like, you know, cheapen to basically lower those costs. Now, of course, they don't have the foresight, and that's the general problem with capitalism as a whole. Most capitalists don't have the foresight to think of the long-term effect of this, and this is going to be a fucking Ouroboros snake that just eats its own tail. Because eventually, if you replace everybody with AI, and then nobody has a fucking job anymore, nobody's going to have money to buy your products anymore. So the whole system's going to collapse. So it's definitely not a sustainable system, But like, what's gonna happen probably is just like, you know, some like all the wealth will be consolidated down to like 5 super wealthy companies. Which honestly, we've kind of already entered that phase. There's already 7 companies now that just have the entire wealth of the planet. Sorry, I just got in this really weird, like hyper capitalistic political stance here, and that's actually not this channel at all. But I just wanted to talk about how goofy it was that Steam's a monopoly.
Down with the government.
No, don't say that. I'll be taken off Twitch. He doesn't represent the views of this Twitch channel. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I heard Copilot AI is screenshotting you plenty in your games. Yeah, that's actually why I personally do not use Copilot. I do not use Copilot, and I don't think I ever will. You know, maybe this is the thing. I don't need AI to write shitty code. I already write plenty of it on my own. If I wanted to write bad code, I'll just do it myself. And I do it because you know why? I have a lot of pride in what I do, and I want to get better at what I do, and I know I'm only going to get better at it is if I do it myself. As Thanos would say, just got to do it myself. So that's why I don't use Copilot. I don't vibe code. I just write it myself. Oh, hey, how's it going? Goes Angel, lovely to see you. Love your cute emote. So cute and so lovely. Hope you're having a lovely Monday. We're just going on a wild rant about AI and Steam, how the fucking corpos are being corpos and declaring Steam a monopoly, which obviously it's not. Okay, so that's about the Steam news. Maybe let's shift subjects for a bit here. And there's actually another thing I wanted to talk about gaming news. So for those who maybe haven't been following, Nintendo and Palworld have been in a little bit of a lawsuit scuffle. And so Nintendo, and I'm saying this as someone who grew up on Nintendo, unfortunately have been pretty scummy and have been declaring very wide and very broad patents lately. And, you know, and it's not the first time they've done this. You know, like trying to declare crazy patents, which I'll go into when they try to do it before. But right now, with the lawsuit with Palworld, they're trying to declare like any type of like summoning companions to battle is an exclusive gameplay design that they invented and belongs to them. And is suing, and this is the crazy thing, they could have tried to sue Palworld for a million things, right? Especially because like a lot of people assumed Nintendo was going to sue Palworld because of IP infringement. Because, let's be honest, some of the pals in Palworld look a lot like Pokemon. And like even the art style is very similar. So a lot of people kind of assumed like, oh, sure, Nintendo's going to sue Palworld because of IP infringement, because the characters look so close, they can be confused. But no, instead, Nintendo decided to go after Palworld over gameplay mechanic patents, which for those who don't know, you can patent a gameplay. It's actually the reason why, which I'm not a big fan of it because in my opinion, it kills innovative in my industry. That's actually why like the Nemesis system, for example, from Mordor Shadows of War, from Lord of the Rings series, it's not seen more because it's a patent gameplay mechanic. And I'm like, shit, how cool would that would have been in a bunch of other games? I digress. Let's go back to Pokemon and Palworld. So, Nintendo tried to patent a bunch of stuff. They tried to patent throwing a ball to capture an animal. They tried to patent summoning combats and stuff like that. And they started in the US. They actually did the patent first in the US. And surprise, surprise, it went through. Mostly because the US Patent Office doesn't really do its due diligence sometimes. And honestly, it caused a huge ripple effect in the gaming world, like in the game developing world, when they patented this, because people were like I mean, even my own office, we were like, shit, are you kidding me? They patent summoning monsters fighting? Like, fucking, like, that is such a broad gameplay mechanic. Like, it's crazy that the US patent like approved this. Like, this is so insane. Like, basically any sort of summoning, like Monster Hunter, arc, fucking playing a necromancer in a video game, now illegal. Nintendo owns it. You cannot summon shit to have fight for you anymore, because apparently Nintendo owns that because of Pokemon. But there was a recent change of developments. So the US patent got passed, but when they tried to file that same patent in Japan, it was outright rejected. The Japanese office, it wasn't rejected outright at first. The Japanese office was like, hey, we're going to reject this. You have 2 months to try and come up with more evidence of why you own this patent. But this patent is too broad and too wide to be accepted now. It is like, nope, cannot do it. Like, you can't declare that you own summoning. That is such a broad gameplay. Fucking Final Fantasy. Like Kingdom Hearts. Like there's so many games with summoning companions to fight by your side. Like, Nintendo declaring that they own that gameplay mechanic is insane. So they had that rejected, but it's technically still up for review. Nintendo can appeal it. Like, they have like a 2-month window to gather more evidence. However, that's not the exciting part. The exciting part was because the Japanese office rejected it, the American patent office, that patent actually was brought up to the shareholder direct of the US Patent Agency, and now that patent got revoked. So Nintendo now has lost the US patent on that game mechanic, which has caused the whole lawsuit between Nintendo and Palworld to be on super thin ice. It's not been outright thrown out, but the fact that now that their patent has been rejected and the American patent is getting rejected, and like it's not officially rejected, but it's going to be rejected. It's under a serious evaluation now. Is going to cause this whole Palworld Nintendo case to basically get flipped on its head. It's going to now, honestly, I don't want to try and predict the future, but the fact that now they're losing both these patents in both countries, it really tells me that I think this whole lawsuit is going to get thrown out. And honestly, rightfully so. I think it's real fucking shitty to try and like patent such a broad gameplay mechanic. Like, in my opinion, the tactic they used to go, because like, I get it. They wanted to protect their IP. They wanted to protect their brand. But the tactic they used to go after Nintendo go after Palworld from Nintendo was so shitty, so underhanded, that it would have had real devastating damage to the gaming industry if this had gone through. It would have set a terrible precedence. So I am super happy to see this case falling apart, and I will be celebrating when it gets dismissed. And I was going to say, the other time Nintendo has tried to do a really shitty, overreaching patent, but luckily was like seen as the obvious trap for what it was when they released Tears of the Kingdom, and they brought in money. Was when rightfully so. It's ridiculous. So the other time they tried to do this was when they released Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which breaks my heart because Zelda is literally the only reason why I've ever kept buying Nintendo products. I'll tell you right now, since they started this whole Palworld shit, I have not bought a Switch 2, and I will not buy any Nintendo products in the future until this shitty behavior changes. Because unfortunately, voting with your wallet is kind of the only way to really vote. Now, I know my purchase doesn't matter, especially because Nintendo Switch 2 has already become the hottest selling console. But I personally will be skipping Switch 2. I will not be getting it, nor will I be playing or promoting any Nintendo products. Not at least until this shit behavior changes. But yeah, the other time they tried to do this was with Tears of the Kingdom. And I kid you not, they tried to patent the ability of a player, because like in Tears of the Kingdom, right? They had the whole, you can assemble weird vehicles with like your phantom limb thing, put them together and do crazy kooky stuff and stuff like that. I just did a bit of super lazy digging, and the first summoning mechanic video I could find was Cosmic Soldier 1985. Yeah, exactly. Nintendo didn't even invent the mechanic. Like, it's crazy that they're trying to claim it as their patent. But this was the other shitty mechanic. So they brought this patent from Tears of the Kingdom over to the patent office, in which they were showing, like, hey, we want to patent the ability that you have an object with 4 wheels, and then the player character gets into it, and then the object moves, and the player character moves with the object. Think about that for a second. They wanted to.
The car.
They tried to patent a fucking car. They were like, no, we created cars in video games in Tears of the Kingdom. Are you fucking kidding me with this? So when I heard about that, like, I was just like, you know what? No, I'm done. I'm done. Tears of the Kingdom was literally the last Nintendo product I've ever purchased. And I don't think I would have even purchased it if I had known they tried to push this patent. That they tried to push a patent in getting in a car. How ridiculous is that? Protecting their IP is one thing.
They can easily remote break your console, your Switch 2.
Oh, yeah.
Shut it down so you can no longer use it.
That's so
Because they
crazy.
use a third-party charger or something.
That's insane. Yeah, that's why I didn't buy a Switch 2. My Switch is currently disconnected from the internet. I'm not getting any more updates from Nintendo on it. The Tears of the Kingdom was the last game I ever purchased of theirs, and I will not be buying any more games from them. Like, if they ever change their ways, if they ever change their behavior, I will again, like, get Nintendo products, because I do like their games. I like, their old business practices of, like, protecting their staff. Like, when the Wii U failed, what did they do? Did they lay everybody off? No, the CEO at the time took a huge pay cut to his own pay, so that way people wouldn't have to be let go. That type of Nintendo is a Nintendo I can support. That Nintendo is a Nintendo I was happy to buy their products, even if it wasn't the most top-of-the-line product, because they were A, like, treating their employees right, and B, treating their customers right. Like, they were trying to deliver the best products they could, and when mistakes were made, the people at the top took ownership of that. That Nintendo was a gem, but that was a Nintendo of a different era. The Nintendo we have today is a pale shadow in comparison, and I personally just can't support them while they do this. I hope the Nintendo of old comes back, but until then, I won't be spending another $1. Now, that's just my own personal opinion, and I will not judge anybody or, like, throw shade at anybody if they continue to buy Nintendo products. Please, life is short. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. But my 2 cents on the matter is, until that Nintendo comes back, I just can't support them. Yeah, protecting their IP is one thing. Is out of right anti-competitive. It really is anti-competitiveness. I agree that the lawsuit in general is just such bullshit. Yeah, read a comment from someone. As someone who loves Nintendo, I wish Nintendo would crash and reset. Honestly, legit. I just wish they could remember. And the funny thing is, Nintendo hasn't always been wholesome. Like, I mean, they first started making gambling cards. Like, I know Nintendo has a bit of a wild history, but I do want to get back to, like, the Nintendo that just generally cared. They just don't care anymore, and it's a shame. I don't know why or when it happened, like, exactly, like, when this shift happened. And I'm not saying Nintendo was a perfect company, even in its heyday. I know a corporation's going to be a corporation. Corpo's going to corpo. But they were still generally trying the best they could, I felt. But nowadays, it's just, they're not who they used to be. Okay. Let's see. So those were the, oh, okay. And on that note, in celebration of the lawsuit getting ready to throw out, oh, story time. Okay, I'll go into a story time in just a second. You're really, I might have to limit the story time once per stream, because at this rate, I will run out of stories before, like, we get to the new year. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and start that now. Why don't you go ahead and refund that to yourself real quick, and disable story time, and we'll make it one per stream, because I do have a lot of stories. I am a bit of an older tiger. But I don't have infinite stories, and I don't want to start making up stories. I want to tell truthful stories. Yeah, I read a comment from someone. Okay, yeah. How many were played today? There 2 story times were played today. We did 2 story times. Like maybe I'll unlock more story times if there's ever a stream where I don't have a lot of things to talk about already. This stream is already pretty packed with like subject matters and like ideas that I want to chit chat about. So like I'm not too worried of running out of things to discuss before the end of the stream. And what I'm really worried about is this sweet bean here literally draining me dry of stories before we even get to 2026. Because I do plan to stream beyond that.
One I redeemed during the entire stream, and it was like 2 hours ago or something.
You redeemed it an hour ago, but I think that was like the second or third story time, wasn't it?
There was a second. There was one at the beginning of the stream.
Okay. Let's see. Panning the game, checking, catching creatures in a ball, and having them battle them. Yeah, right? Like, it's crazy for these type of patents. Like, it's so ridiculous. So, in the celebration of the possible, very realistic chance that the lawsuit gets thrown out, we're going to celebrate here on, on this stream, on the Treasure Trove community as a whole. Those who don't know, who are new here, I run a little Discord community associated with the Twitch called the Treasure Trove, because you're all my lovely gems. All these viewers here, every one of you are an amazing gem. And so the Treasure Trove is the collection of all the gems. And I will be opening an official dedicated server of Palworld. That's the Treasure Trove. So if you want to play with people in Palworld, that's opening up tomorrow. I'll be dropping the information in the Discord. So make sure you join the Discord if you want to join the Palworld server. And get ready to have some fun. Honestly, I haven't played too much Palworld, so this is going to be a very new experience for me as well. Oh, is PTEX small for super far away? Real hard to tell with no reference. And that's why we don't have a background. No, PTEX is actually very tiny. PTEX is very, very, very small. Oh, we have a tiger roar. All right, chat. We have to summon the energies. We have to summon the power. Are you ready? We have to let out. Actually, I don't know if I can roar. Hold on, let me check what time it is. Yeah, I can do a roar. I was like, I don't want to bother my neighbor. Well, actually, 9:22. You know, I didn't think ahead about this redeem, so I created this new redeem because I can let out a pretty aggressive, bolsterous roar. I have some pretty, as a marathon runner. That's a humble brag. But as a marathon runner, I have some pretty strong lungs, so I can let out a pretty deep and guttural roar. However, I do have neighbors that are elderly, and I do not wish to scare them, and I'm realizing now in context, the fact that I do stream a little bit later in the evening, maybe not a good idea.
Should I pause the redeem as well?
Yeah, pause the redeem, actually. Yeah, because, like, if I ever do a midday stream, I could probably do the big tiger roar, but now I realize, you know what? Maybe that's a bad idea. You didn't think of the effect of this, of the time. No, when I made that redeem, I did not put time into consideration onto that. I was like, maybe letting out a deep guttural roar at, like, almost 10 o'clock at night, probably not a good idea, especially because I live in a very big apartment building. I'm pretty sure all my neighbors would be like, what the fuck? Is somebody getting murdered? So probably not a good idea. Okay, so I have run out of water, and I could use a hydration. So we're gonna put the stream on BRB. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere though. We have so much more stuff to talk about. I have a huge list of things, and I'll be honest, the takes, they're only going to get spicier from here. I was saving my real juicy stuff for later in the stream, and we're about to come up on it now. So get ready for that, and I'll be right back. And then just do it once, and they'll never know. That would be funny. That would be funny. All right, I'll be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere.
Boop, boop, boop.
Okay, chat, I am back. We are here. All right. Oh, I should probably put my voices back up. Hey, P-Tex, can you say hello?
Hello.
There we go. Okay, I hear you. Chat, can you hear the P-Tex? P-Tex is wondrous that wondrous that close. P-Tex.
Audio works.
Yeah, audio works? Okay, perfect. Okay. I was thinking about doing the roar just once, actually, Mono, but again, I would feel, this is the thing, my neighbors are they're very elderly, but very sweet. They are such kind, gentle neighbors, which is funny, actually. We got off, oh, wait, actually, I'll save that for a story time and how I got to meet my neighbors, because it's a very, very funny story. No. Okay, so you know, there's other gaming news actually I wanted to chit chat about, and one of them is about the new. Oh yeah, nice to be. Yeah, I have to be nice to my neighbors. I think it's important. You know what? Okay, before I talk about other gaming news, I want to talk about the importance of community, because I feel like this day and age, like especially with like how easy it is to connect online, we tend to forget our neighbors. We tend to forget how important it is to actually, you know, and I'm not saying you have to see eye to eye with everybody, right? There's probably some neighbors you're like, you know what, it's maybe best I keep some distance. But I feel like it's all too common to just like move into a place and then just not know anybody there. To be like perpetually afraid to like reach out or have someone interact with you. And I feel like that's real systemic of, you know, of our media culture of like everybody always trying to scare you constantly, being like, oh, who knows what's going to happen? You shouldn't talk to your neighbors. And like, I feel like we have to remember that, you know, I know I'm a big tiger here on the internet, but you know, we're human IRL. We're like, we may pretend to be animals online, but we're still human at the end of the day. And humans need that connection. We need that social interaction. And I think like the weird spiral nature of like forgetting how to have those basic social interactions, having that ability to just say hi to your neighbor I think it's what is leading to a lot of like this weird, you know, extreme radicalization we're seeing more and more these days. Like we're becoming so disassociated from each other that we're falling into these weird like bubbles, right? Like I forget, I was watching a YouTube video about this, but I feel like I really nailed it, right? Like when we went into isolation during the pandemic, when we had to create a bubble around us to protect ourselves during the pandemic, when that pandemic ended, a lot of us never left the bubble, right? We never left this like protective bubble. I mean, kind of technically I didn't either. Like I never really went back to an office after the pandemic. I've been remote work ever since. I was literally just joking today that I even have my groceries still delivered to me just because I like the convenience. But I do actively try to leave my apartment. I try to actively go for, I mean, that's why I got into running. I wanted to just get out of my apartment. Like I try to actively like take small little adventures out into the city. I try to interact with my neighbors and chit chat with them. Remind myself that I am made of flesh and bone, that I do exist on this planet. And I think that's so important to mental health. Now, I understand like people might be shy and it can be difficult, but building that network of connections, it can really help to your general mental health. And also come in a real pinch when you're in an emergency. There's been a few times where I've been in emergencies. Like I'll never forget. I made really good. I used to live like in like the way outskirts of Montreal, not in the way outskirts. I was still in the city, but like more on the border edge. And I had I ordered a big bookshelf on Amazon. And you know, it came in such a box way bigger than I was expecting. It was so large that even I could not carry it up my little stairwell, because at that time I was living like in like kind of like a little teeny tiny like townhouse that was like above a bodega. And like the stairwell to get in was so narrow, it was so tiny. And I couldn't lift it up. It was so heavy I could not slide it up the stairs. But luckily at the time I had made friends with because like there was a really delicious Jamaican restaurant. Right, just like not completely, because underneath me was the bodega, or like here we call them the dépanneur. Was like right underneath me, and then next to it was like a Jamaican restaurant, and I loved that restaurant so much. I used to go in there like every day for lunch, and I just made really good like friendly neighbors with. And he actually lived in the apartment above his own restaurant, and we got like just really close and bonded. And I like literally when my Amazon delivery order showed up, and his restaurant was empty at the time, so I was like, hey man, like, could you help me carry this thing up? It is way too heavy. I can't do it on my own. Nobody's here, right? Like, and it's like, I hate to ask you while you're running your restaurant. And he just looked at me and said like, bro, no worries. Nobody's even here right now. I'll lock it up for 10 minutes and I'll help you carry it up. And he helped me. He helped me out. And I'll never forget that just random act of kindness. And like having that connection, having that support of like a community around you can be so nice. Now, I know it can be difficult, and not everybody can have that luxury sometimes, but if you can find it, do, reach out for it. Because it can go a long, long way. And I may have lost the thread exactly why I got onto this, but my point is, if you have neighbors, get to know them. And if they're good neighbors, extend that olive branch. And, who knows? Like, who knows what it can become? Maybe they can become your friends, but maybe not. But they could still be there for when you need them, and you can be there for when they need you. And at the end of the day, that's what's really important. And I feel like if we can find these middle grounds to, like, talk to each other, we'll probably find out we actually have a lot more in common with each other than we realize. But what do I know? I'm just a goofy tiger on the internet. Okay, now with that out of the way, or not out of the way, but now that I've said my piece on that, I do kind of want to get back to like some fun video games. Let's get back to some fun stuff. Let's do a little bit of a shift, because I feel like I got a little bit negative there talking about like Nintendo and then the general state of humanity and how we're kind of like disassociating from each other. Let's talk about something fun. I want to talk about a new RPG that just came out. I haven't even played it yet, but I'm super interested in it. It's called Dispatch. It's a game that I've been following a little while on YouTube. Because I've seen them like them like dropping trailers and teasers and stuff like that. And this game seemed to have sold 1 million copies on Steam and seems to have a generally, last time I checked, a pretty positive review. So I'm wondering if I should pick it up. And if I did, would you all want to watch me play it on stream? Like, is that content you would all like enjoy watching? Would be me playing Dispatch. And for those who don't know, Dispatch is a superhero RPG. It's a kind of a, from what I saw, it seems to be like more like a click-based adventure game where you're trying to like unfold the story. And the idea is you're playing a character who it's in a world where superheroes are kind of like run like a little more like a almost like a police force, I guess. Like, they're not quite privatized, but they're not quite a public service either. But there is a hotline you call, and you play as a dispatcher. You play as someone who dispatches the superheroes. And there's a whole very convoluted story of like, like your connection to your coworkers, and there's a deeper subplot to it. I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't want to give away spoilers. I accidentally spoiled myself a little bit because I was so excited about it. But it looks really, really fun. And I would really love to play it on stream, actually. But, I know most of you are here because you want to see the tiger do his song and dance in VR chat. And, and interact with you all in chit chat. So I'll leave it all up to you. I'll put a poll in. If you all want me to play it on Twitch, I'll play it on Twitch. If not, then I'll just play it in my free time. Because I'm going to play it regardless. It looks like an amazing game. I want to support small indie developers. And it looks really fun. Yeah, I've seen clips of it. It is a story-based game. Yes, it's a very, very story-based game. So I can tell you right now, the stream would not be a high-octane action stream. It would be me making commentary about the game while we together as a community watched it unfold. Oh yeah, fun. Good spin watching others play. Okay, well, I mean, if you're all excited to watch it like unfold together, then I'll pick it up and we'll play it. Oh hey, I got a new follower. My notifications are not dinging in my ear when I get new notifications, and that is troubling. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Settle Cougar. Oh, hey, another feline. Welcome on in. Happy to have a fellow big cat in here. Lovely to see you. Sorry if I said your name funny. I have terrible dyslexia, so sometimes I pronounce people's names weird. But I'm happy for the new follow. Welcome on in. Grab a blanket, grab a chair, get cozy. But more importantly, allow me to entertain you. Now then, okay, so I am pretty excited about Dispatch actually. So maybe next, if I get my VTuber model working within like, because I haven't converted the Tiger to like a VTuber version of it yet. And obviously trying to play like Pango mentioning, playing multiple games with easy anti-cheat generally doesn't go well. So I need to convert this one to my VTuber software, and I haven't had the time to even do that yet. Matter of fact, because basically what I normally do is I try to get an avatar to like a really nice spot in VR chat before I convert it over to a VTuber software. Mostly because it's just a really big pain in the ass to do it, and I don't want to do that yet. But I'm kind of getting a little excited about playing some games and stuff like that. Though not that I'm not having fun doing this. Honestly, going back to basics, like, because this is what I mean, PDX, you remember when I first started streaming? This is actually I'm gonna stand like this for a little while, like I'm holding you. So like when I first started streaming, this was the formula. This is what I did. I just hung out in VR chat like this, not quite with the crazy background going on. That's a new thing, but basically just hung out in VR chat and chit-chatted with all of you for several hours on end, and I really loved it. So, and I'm glad to be going back to the basics of it. But I wouldn't mind playing a few games now and again, and also doing some art streams, which it's a little difficult to do when I don't have a VTuber. And I honestly already stacked my day pretty full tomorrow between getting the Palworld server up and running, doing the emojis. I really want to do the new emojis, and what was the other thing I was going to do tomorrow? I already said all three of them on stream, but I forgot what it was. Do you remember what it was, PTEX?
Dispatch?
No, it wasn't Dispatch. It was I was gonna do the emojis. I was gonna do the Palworld server, and there was a third thing I was gonna work on tomorrow. Oh, recordings, right. I was gonna do the skits tomorrow. Yes, I was gonna make videos tomorrow. Yeah. You still using that pinboard Trello? Yep, I'm still using Trello. But I'll be honest, I haven't updated it in a hot second. I really should update it to keep me on track. Okay. So I know there's no way I'll be able to do a VTuber. Maybe this weekend I can get a VTuber up and running. But I'm not going to like pressure myself to try and get a VTuber up and running while I'm like doing all the other things. Okay. So I know I said I was going to save some spicy takes. Still gonna. We're gonna dive into them. How am I doing on time? Okay. Well, you know what? Let's keep the fun mood going before I talk about some more like hot take stuff. Because I want to save it for like maybe the last hour of the stream. So let's keep it light. Let's keep it loose. Let's keep it goosey. And chat, I wanted to ask you, what was like? Because we're in November, right? We're not at the end of the year, but we're getting close. You know, we only have November. Like we're halfway. Well, not quite halfway, but we're getting close to halfway point in November. And we're going to be entering December soon, which is the end of the year. So I want to ask you, so far, I'm not saying what was your favorite game of the year so far. Well, actually, that is actually what I'm asking you. So far, what has been your favorite game for 2025? What is a game in 2025 that you were like, damn, I fucking love this game?
I don't know. Right now, for me, it just would be Warframe. It's just wherever I'm currently playing the most.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean,
Warframe is like years old. It's like more than 10 years old.
Oh, I know. Trust me. I used to play I was playing Warframe when it first came out and it was in beta still. That's when I first started on Warframe. Matter of fact,
Nice.
I'm mad at myself that I did not buy the Founder Excalibur Warframe when it was available to me. Because I did have access to it. I could have played, I could have bought it, but I didn't. And because I was like, I don't know if I'm keep playing this game. I proceeded to play that game for several years after it. The only reason why I don't play it now is because I literally played too much of it that I'm like, I can't anymore.
There were a lot of updates. Like
I
the
know.
game
Well,
back
that's
to
the other
past,
issue
you
too.
can't
There's been so
die.
many updates. I feel like I'm so far behind now.
But the thing is, the game isn't really a race. It's more about you just enjoying the story. It's better to treat the game like a single-player experience. Like people progress doesn't affect your progress, or your progress doesn't affect theirs.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I could always give, because I'll be honest, I have sunk a lot of platinum into that game because I played it so much that I was just like, I might as well like buy some platinum, and I have so many Warframes,
You should play again, especially since new update is coming this December. They're
Oh,
adding
okay.
the new Tau system.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll give it a try. I mean,
where
at the very
sentient-
least, I should just see
sentient
if I can.
apparently made peace with Orkin.
Oh damn! At the very least, I should just make sure that I can still log into my account, so that way it's not all the progress I've made over the years is gone.
Oh yeah, now there's crossplay, and it's also linked to your Steam account. You can link it to your Steam account.
Nice. Hell
So
yeah.
on Steam, you don't have to log in. You just open the game and auto logs you in.
Oh hell yeah. Nice. Okay. Very cool. Let's see. You're still using the. Oh wait, no, that's you already asked that. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing the chat on the pin board. Okay, so you like Warframe. I would say for me, probably the game I played the most, which weird because I haven't played it in a few weeks now, is probably Helldivers. Like 2025, I played, which is so funny because I remember the Twitch recap. So Twitch recap for 2024 was super interesting for me because it said like Noel was like it said I had done the 10% of streamers for VR chat and the 10% for Helldivers. And I'm still think I played a shit ton of Helldivers this year too. But weirdly though, I haven't played it in the last like month, I would say. I haven't really played Helldivers. I've been playing more Monster Hunter. Oh, and getting back to streaming. That's probably why I haven't been playing it. I've just been getting really back into streaming again. Yeah. Which feels good. I am very... Yeah, I'm working on the Tiger. And the Halloween stuff in the community. You know what? Honestly, I think it's just been all the community stuff too, like doing the Halloween party and stuff like that. Oh, speaking of which, speaking of the Halloween party, we're in November now. Okay, so we're adding one more thing I need to do tomorrow. I will be making the official announcement post for the Halloween committee, which we had the winner of it. What was the winner of it? What was the winner name? Spell, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was Spell. Okay, so we're creating the community Spell. They're going to be the Halloween organizers. I will have, what do you think? 6 slots? I think 6 is a good number. Yeah, okay. We're going to have 6 slots open. So, if you want to be a part of the Halloween planning community for the Treasure Trove, because for those who are new here, every year we do a big Halloween party. There's prizes, there's contests, there's trophies to win. If that sounds like something you want to help organize, 2026 is going to be our biggest Halloween party yet. It's going to be massive. We're building worlds now. We're planning a lot, but it's too much for this Tiger to do by himself anymore. Not that I really did it completely by myself. P-Tex, you were a fantastic judge doing all the Discord work. I really appreciate that. And I realize we can make this party so much bigger with the help from all of you in the community. But obviously, I don't want to
Join the NNN committee today.
Sorry, what?
Join the NNN committee today.
No, we're not doing NNN. But we are going to be doing the Halloween. We are going to be doing the Halloween community. I'm going to have 6 slots open. So and keep in mind, if you are volunteering for one of the slots, that means you are making a commitment. So please only inquire if you really wish to join the committee. Like that's the one. Spell, that's what it was. Yes, thank you, Spell. So if you're really interested, please with sincerity, do join. And if it's, but keep in mind, if you can't follow through on the obligations, you can always back out too. It's not like you're going to be held to it by gunpoint. But I do ask those who inquire about it, be ready for serious commitment, because I have big plans. But I also want to keep the floor open for all those who have ideas too. This will be an opportunity to execute on making the community event that much bigger and better, but also B, sharing your own ideas, contributing with your own ideas and thoughts on how to make the community better, and figuring out a strategy where we can all execute on it and make something really rad for 2026. And the reason why I want to get started now, because I want to make this so big and so amazing that it will probably take a year to execute on all of it. So tomorrow on the Discord, I'm going to make the official announcement for it. We're going to create the unique channel, and there's going to be 6 slots available, and that's it. No more, just 6. I don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. And all those who want to join on in, please do so. If not, no pressure either. But what was the acronym spell? I forgot. It was such a good one too. I remember it was so nice. Okay, and now
Spooky something probably.
Yeah, like spooky planners, something. I'll go back to the VOD and find out what spell was for. But I remember spell being the winner. Okay, so now speaking about parties, though, we do have to start planning for the winter party. And now it's gonna be a much smaller party. I'm not gonna be doing a contest again like I did last year. Hi and good night. All right, Glacier, no worries. You have a good night and a good rest. I hope you had a lovely date with Zero tonight. Okay, so for the winter party, we will be throwing a winter party. It's gonna be in December, and it's gonna be a much smaller thing. I'm not going to be doing a big contest. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. But we will be having a small winter gathering. It'll basically be like a community event, but extra basically. And you know what though? What I would like to have though is another rockin' DJ. So if there's any DJs out there that would like to be a part of the winter party, go ahead and reach out to me or any of the moderators in the Discord, and we'll see what we can set up.
Spooky Party Event Leadership League.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Party Event Leadership League. Spooky
the Spooky Party. Yes, that's what it was. Thank you. Could you write that to me in Discord so I don't forget?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. So, if there's any DJs out there, we can coordinate and discuss about the winter party. So I'm looking for DJs right now for the winter party. So if you like music, if you want to be debuted in front of a large community, contact me and we'll get things set up. We'll get the ball rolling. It's not till December though, so you got... Oh no, my print just failed. Well, that was a bust. Oh, that's really sad too, because because the print kept getting jammed, so it failed probably because the filament kept getting all gunked up. Oh, that's unfortunate. It got pretty done. All right, well, c'est la vie. I'll try again tomorrow, I guess. Because it's too late at now. I don't want to babysit it all night while it's printing. Because it's like a 10-hour print. The print was a bust. Okay, so what was that count up to? That was print fail number 5 now?
No clue.
Yeah, no, it's I'm a sad tiger. It's over. We're donezo. Okay. All right, chat. So yeah, okay. So we talked about the winter party a bit. It is going to be, like I said, a bit of a smaller event. Ah, Shuckles, that's the 3rd time today in stream. I know, right? Oh, 5. I thought. Okay, yeah. So that was the third time it got so it stalled out 3 times on stream, but that was probably the 5th turkey to fail on me trying to print a larger turkey. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know what's going on. Why my board adhesion is like not like staying put. It could be like the temperature fluctuation or the heat. But something's going on with the printer surface itself, and it's just not adhering anymore. And it's so weird too, because it normally has a harder time with smaller objects, not larger ones. I even made sure the footprint of it, or like the initial layering, would be huge, so that way it could be bumped a little bit, so that it wouldn't get knocked off. So I'm very perplexed in how it keeps failing still.
Are you using a rump for it? It's like the base plate?
Yeah. I'm using a base plate.
That's perfect.
I don't know.
Have you cleaned it, or the coldness? So I have cleaned it. A matter of fact, I even, after like the 3rd fail, because this is the 5th fail just today. After like the 2nd or 3rd fail, I actually took my base plate off again and gave it another isopropanol bath today. So I cleaned it really, really well the other day when I was having like all the printer failures when I first started doing the turkey. Because I was like, oh god, I think I broke my printer. I gave it a really, really thorough cleaning, and it seemed to fix everything. Everything seemed to be a-okay. I just now tried again, and I literally, just before I started this print, gave it another isopropanol bath, and it just failed again. You know what I might have to do? I might have to, since I have given it the isopropanol bath and like really cleaned all the surface, I might have to try the glue stick technique again and like cover it with glue sticks. I also think it might be the winter coldness. It has been like, the temperature has been fluctuating like crazy in my studio space. Because like the heater either is like too strong or too weak sometimes. And I think that fluctuation in temperature is what's causing the build to fail. I really need to solve this, because if I want to start printing like a furry head for me, which is going to be a very large build, I want to make sure I have the building process like on lockdown. And so the fact that this little turkey keeps failing is kind of making me a little nervous about trying to do larger projects yet.
Does the printer have an enclosure?
No, it's a Bamboo Lab A1, so it's actually recommended not to have an enclosure.
I was gonna say, solution, build a lock table enclosure.
Yeah, no, I thought about that too. Warping from temp change. I think that's the culprit, honestly, at this point. I think, because I do have the printer like next to my window, and the window does get cold, so I think it is temperature warping. Yeah, there's a high chance temp area change. Yeah, I might have to relocate my printer to a new spot, just because I legitimately think it is temperature warp. That really sucks.
Auto level. Does it have auto leveling?
Yes, I calibrate it. I've calibrated it before every print.
Fair enough.
Yep. No, trust me. I've been trying really. I've been trying really, really high. I guess I could up the temperature. I could go into the G code and up the temperature before the print. It's not a bad idea. The real reason why I'm confused though is well, you know what? Temperature warp actually explains a lot, because what's happening, right, is the printer head is like hitting the print so hard, like as it's applying, it's like bumping into the print so hard that it's like literally knocking it off. And that's why I made the surface area, like for the initial layer, huge. It's massive. So I'm like, okay, even if it gets knocked, it has such a large surface area that it should be able to like stay stable and like not fly off. But it's crazy to me that it's even hitting itself to begin with. So that tells me that during the printing process, it's probably warping. Yep, we'll literally pull off the bed and crash the head. More problems on bigger prints. ABS is real bad. Yeah, what?
Maybe slightly increase the Z offset.
Then I worry about the initial layer. I think what I might have to do is maybe slow down the printer head, so that way it won't like, rush so quickly back into the model to knock it off.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's actually though, you know what? It's PLA I'm actually using. Oh well, c'est la vie. It is what it is. Okay, so we have about an hour left in the stream, and I have been holding off talking about some of the more spicier subjects. So I know I got a little bit charged on like all the Corpo Nintendo stuff, but now I really want to talk about what's happening a little bit to our neighbors to the south. So I'm Canadian now. I became a Canadian citizen. And I immigrated here, not from the U.S., even though I do have a U.S. I do talk with a North American accent, I like to say. But I'm actually not from the U.S. And I always find the events happening to the border below me very interesting. So there's a few things I wanted to chit-chat about. First thing, those of you who've had to fly into the United States, flights are being canceled left and right because of the government shutdown. And it's so funny too, because I wrote in my show notes being like, hey, let's talk about how crazy the situation is about the flight cancellations in the United States because of the government shutdown. But then literally just before I went live on stream, I had saw that the government shutdown has just ended. Like, I was like, oh, I should probably talk about this instead. So for those who don't know, the US has gone through a historic shutdown over the last 40 days. The government has been completely shut down because the Senate have to agree on a spending budget basically every year. As I recently learned this. Every year they have to agree on how much like spending the US government, the US federal government is going to spend on discretionary spending and things like that. And I guess because of like healthcare stuff, they could not. My facial gestures are going crazy here. We're gonna go because of the importance of the subject matter we're talking about here, and I don't want to undermine it with goofy faces. I'm just gonna lock my expressions to neutral for a moment. Okay, so because of like the discussion of the spending and stuff like that, they couldn't agree on it, and basically. I'm not going to go into like what the gist of it is. If you want to know more about it, like you can do your own research if you're interested in it. I won't go into too much about it, but basically they couldn't agree on it, so they shut the government down, and the US government has been shut down for 40 days, which fucking blows my little Canadian brain. I'm like, what do you mean a government just shuts down for 40 days? Are you kidding me? The world's largest, well, one of the world's largest economic powers, like that is like literally the reserve currency for the planet, and like their government can't function and it's just shut down for 40 days. What happens to government workers? Which ties me into airplanes being shut down. So I like planes. I like trains and planes. I'm a typical neurodivergent guy, and flights have been canceled left and right because the flight air traffic control people are technically government paid. And with the government shut down, anyone who's a federal worker, anyone who works for the federal government, doesn't get paid because they haven't agreed on a spending budget. Turning it off and back on again, right? Can you turn it off and back on again, government? Like, for real. So, like, I don't know. I just thought that was crazy. I'm like, because it's a long time to be like, hey, we have no government. It's like, what do you mean you have no government for 40 days? That's insane to me. So, but luckily though, I mean, it's tough to say if it's lucky. I guess it's lucky for the federal workers. Also, too, and I mentioned this last stream. The other thing that was really tough about the government shutdown, besides federal workers not getting paid, was all the the government subsidies for people who, who needed like food things. Like in the U.S., if I recall correctly, it's called SNAP, and basically it's like the Food Nutrition Assistance Program, and it's more or less there to help people who make a certain income to basically give them food money to ensure that they have enough money to eat and survive. Like it's a general good program that ensures that like the richest, that people who live in the richest country on the planet don't fucking starve to death. Honestly, I feel like they could do more, but at least they're doing something. And the problem with the government shutdown is people who were on this program weren't getting their food benefits. People were literally starving. So I'm not one to really be like, hey, because I don't live in the United States, right? So like for me, there's no skin in the game. The only thing I want is I don't want to be invaded. But I literally have no skin in the game. I don't live in the United States. But I don't want to see my neighbors, as what I mentioned earlier in the stream, knowing your neighbors. I don't want to see my neighbors suffer. I don't want to see them starve. So, whatever the context of the shutdown is and reopening, the only positive light I can see out of this is that the people who are the real victims of it, the federal workers, the people who depend on these benefits from the government, hopefully they'll get their payments. They'll get their current payments like right away, and all the back payments and food supplements they need. Because honestly, it's not their fault that the government shut down for them. They didn't do anything wrong. They were just doing their job. They were trying their best to survive. And because politicians will be politicians, I guess, they had to suffer the consequences of it. And I personally think that's pretty fucking shitty. I don't agree with that at all. Snap equals snap slash food. Okay, so snaps is food stamps. Got it. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. I think that's utter nonsense. So like it's like innocent people, and like whatever your stance is, innocent people shouldn't suffer because politicians are. It's the it's the old adage, when the rich go to war, it's the poor who have to do the fighting. And like it's crazy to me that like something so basic and human right like was being denied, and like it's just something I've been sitting on and stewing on all week. And then after seeing the news of like them reopening the government, it makes me wonder, like, well, what was it all for? Why do it all? Like, did it really have to take this long to come to a resolution? And like, what was even gained from any of this other than just pure suffering? I hope something good came out of it. I hope there was some resolution that all could agree on that would be beneficial to the American people. Again, I have no real skin in the game because I don't live in the United States, and I don't ever plan to live in the United States. I just hate to see a neighbor in pain. And when I look at the United States, that's what I see. I see a neighbor in pain right now. Because I feel like, well, I mean, everybody knows I'm pretty far progressive. I'm a socialist, and I'm not afraid to say that. I am a very proud socialist. So obviously, I don't like the current establishment at all. But I definitely don't like to see the American people suffering. I don't want to see my neighbors suffer. And I hope this shit gets settled out. I hope there is a real change of heart in the people the people in power right now in the office. I hope they reflect on their actions and go, maybe we shouldn't shut down the government for 40 days. And we all know... No, I'm kidding. I'm going to be like, get just super radical now. It's like, and we all know who to blame for this. No. But on a serious note, like, it's crazy. It's so sad. And I'm sorry, you probably were looking for even a hotter take. I mean, I could take a super hot take, but you know what? I don't need to be canceled tonight. So my only take on that matter is I'm just glad that people who need that SNAP and those federal workers are getting paid again. And hopefully stupid shit like this can be avoided in the future. Okay, so and one more fun thing. So as we all know, what was it for? That's the question, but it's people that suffer, not the ones in church. Well, that's it. That's the thing. Okay, so I did do a little bit of research because I was curious. Because when I heard about like the flight people, like the flight control people in the towers, not getting paid. I was like, oh shit. At first I was like, wow, I didn't know they were federal workers, actually. I thought they were, I thought like it was controlled by the airline, but it makes sense. Like the airport is like international territory. It makes sense that you'd want like non-privatized people operating the really, you know, equipment that like literally determines life or death sometimes. But then I was thinking about it. So it's like, so are all federal employees like not getting paid? Would that mean the president wasn't getting paid? Would that mean the senators and the congressmen? Because technically speaking, they are federal employees. Turns out they still get paid. So the people who caused the shutdown and all the suffering and, you know, causing people to starve and causing, you know, federal workers to work. Because if you're a federal worker, you can't not get paid. Or, sorry, you can not work your job. Even if you're not getting paid, you technically still have to work. You have to, like, the flight control people, like, I mean, they were just taking vacation days. So, like, that's why there wasn't enough staff. But they still had to go do their job, even if they're not getting paid. So I was thinking they're going like, really? So the people who caused the mess, people who caused the shutdown, they're not working right now, but they're getting paid. But the people who have to work are not getting paid. The average Joe. But the people who caused the mess, they aren't working because the government shut down. They're not working, but they're still getting paid. I feel like now that the government's reopened, the first big thing that should be pushed is if there's ever another governmental shutdown due to budget spending disputes, if one federal worker cannot get paid, no federal workers should get paid, including the president and including the congressman and the senator. Basically, anyone and everyone that gets a federal paycheck, if they don't get paid, my controllers just died. Uh-oh, they heard me talking shit and they're shutting me down. Whoa, actually, and now my Windows disappeared. Oh, wow. Yeah, I was getting hacked. They didn't like my free speech. Let's see. I feel bad for the the contractors. Yep, essentially employees versus non-essential. That's it, right? And it's just like, I feel like if, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, if like, and this is the thing, right? If all the politicians who were causing the mess weren't getting paid, I guarantee you the shutdown would only have lasted 1 day. 1 day of not getting their paycheck, and they would have been like, hey, you know what? Maybe we should come to a bipartisan agreement that, you know, doesn't screw over Americans. I guarantee you, if these senators and congressmen were also not getting paid during the shutdown would be government would operate, if they had to live through their own policies that they passed, if they had to suffer the same amount of suffering that their constituents went through, politics would be flipped on its head. It'd be so much different. But because they're like politicians, like the people in these federal positions are in a different class, like their actions basically have zero consequences to them. Hey, so lovely to see you. I think it should be like jury duty. Keep the Congress sequence and not paid until they figure it out. Yes, I completely agree. Until like these positions should be like jury duty, because then like you wouldn't have these established politicians that are going to be like, oh well, I'm going to do stuff that, you know, because don't get me wrong, we have our issues here in Canada too. We have shitty politicians as well, but we don't shut the government down for 40 days and like cause people to suffer. Like, to me, that is insane and like unacceptable. And I hate to see my neighbors suffer like this. You all should not be suffering like this, in my opinion. Like, you guys are like the richest country in the world, right? Like, you have so much money. How can this happen? I love you. Anyway, but at least now it is open, and all the people who need this, their benefits. Like, I'm just trying to always look at the silver lining of the situation, and the only silver lining is now, like, the everyday worker can finally get their pay. They can get their benefits they so desperately need. And, like, you know, hopefully something was gained out of this. Hopefully, like, you know, there'll be good, like retrospective on it and be like, hey, maybe let's not do stupid shit like this again. And I see you have a hydration redeem, and I will definitely take you up on that, because that was a really, really long ramble, and I am very, very thirsty. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. I'm in senator can't leave until. Right, yeah, they should not have been left to leave until there was a resolution, or at the very least, they should have not been getting a paycheck. Like I said, if one federal worker doesn't get paid, nobody gets paid. Not a judge, not a senator, not a congressman, not even a president. If one person doesn't get paid, like if your whole shutdown was because you couldn't figure out how to spend the money, like, and so they're like nobody gets paid now, then it should have been nobody got paid. I guarantee you that shutdown would have only lasted one day. If they were like, hey, judges don't get paid now, senators don't get paid now, congressmen don't get paid now, a president doesn't get paid now, fucking, it would have been a completely different situation. Plus, government workers who got shafted will have money again before the holidays. Silver line. That's true. And that's the other thing, too. Like, not getting paid. Like, holiday depression is a real thing, y'all. Like there is statistics showing that, unfortunately, when the holiday seasons come, it can remind people of, like, generational trauma, of family trauma. The lack of sunlight can also contribute to depression. Like, holiday seasonal depression is a very serious thing. And, like, financial burdens that can come with it only exacerbate the problem. So, yeah, I'm really happy, too, that people can get their money now so that they can have a nice holiday season. Because it can be so hard. Which, by the way, if anybody in this chat is suffering from holiday depression, just know you're not alone. This is a safe space. And if you need help, there are resources out there online. And I highly recommend if you, like I mentioned before earlier in this stream, if you need a neighbor to reach out to, please reach out to them. You don't, like, we all go through it and you don't have to suffer alone. And this community is all here for you all. We're all here for each other. So reach out. Remember, you're never truly alone, and it's going to be okay. Okay, sorry. That wasn't in my show notes, but it is something I feel very passionate about. Like, so I just wanted to just kind of squeeze that in real quick. Okay, so we need to talk about some funny stuff. So since we are already on the subject matter, of the US and, like, the silliness of it. So obviously, again, I mentioned this a long time ago in my political views. I'm very progressive in general. I am not shy to say I'm a socialist. I'm very pro-human. Human rights, trans rights are human rights. Very progressive. And as a Latino person, I am not a big fan of ICE. I'm not a fan of what they're like. They're pretty much just targeting anyone who's Latino and kicking them out. And I am very happy to see some of the silly protests that go, like, when Trump tried to invade Portland, and, like, the Portland people were like, hey, we're gonna wear goofy inflatable mascot outfits. So because, Trump was saying, like, oh, Portland's is a war zone, and then, like, they cut to someone's like, yep, this is Portland. Us just. The farmer's market is a real war zone. People are going crazy for apples, which obviously, I mean, they're just being facetious. Like, Portland's a very safe and calm city. So, they try to justify saying the National Guard there. And, obviously Portland people were like, but not just Portland. I mean, like, Chicago, New York, like, anytime, like, Trump tries to do something crazy, people protest it. And I personally, I love it. It gives me fuel. I'm like, give me more of that. Stand up to authoritarianism. And there was one guy who was like so upset with, like, what the agents were doing. He had thrown a Subway sandwich at them. He's like, which is the most, like, I mean, yeah, you don't throw stuff at people, but if you're gonna throw a sandwich at anybody, agents who are just, like, wrangling up, like, innocent people on the street definitely deserve to get a sandwich thrown at them. And so the sandwich guy was arrested and charged for assaulting a federal worker, which is a felony. That is a very serious crime. That and the work let go by Doge. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was a Fed worker too. Yeah. Oh yeah. So he was a federal worker too. So naturally, with the government shut down, he was pissed. He threw a sandwich. It hit, like, an ICE agent, and he ran. They tackled him and assaulted him brutally for way out of proportion for the crime of throwing a fucking sandwich. And so they put him on trial for the felony. And the problem is the prosecutors could not find a jury to prosecute him. He kept getting the I forget the term. Is it acquitted or something like that? When they can't find a jury, like basically no jury would be like any, because when they bring something to court, they have to like find a neutral jury, basically saying like, hey, like, are you comfortable judging this case without any sort of bias? Literally, they could not find anyone to do it. Like every time they'd get a jury, it'd all be acquitted because they're like, yeah, no, like this jury is non-partisan. They will just not give him a fair trial and just let him go, because every jury was like, no, we're not going to try him. Like he's obviously innocent. He didn't really assault the ICE agent. He threw a fucking sandwich. It was the National Guard that was deployed. Oh, was it the National Guard? Okay, I thought it was an ICE agent. Still, fucking, it was just really funny because they're like, okay, we're gonna he like multiple times they were trying to get a jury together for this, could not do it. They couldn't find a jury, and so today, the case has been officially dismissed, and the sandwich thrower is all charges dropped, free to go. 2 months of trying to wait to go to trial because they couldn't get a jury, the prosecutors have just dropped it. They're like, you know what? Forget it. There's nobody in DC is agreeing to that he should be on trial, and so they just let him go. He's just free now. All charges dropped. Oh, you live in DC? Hell yeah. Okay, so you know the sandwich guy. Yeah, he was just let go in the area. Okay, yeah. So you're a hero. He's my hero. Sandwich guy. He's free now. Moral of the story, throwing Subway sandwiches at fascists are cool. So actually, don't hurt anyone, of course. Like, I'm not condoning violence on anyone, but yeah, fucking punch a Nazi. What can I say? I don't like Nazis. They're not welcome here. But yeah, no, I just found that so funny that they're it gave me a little glimmer of hope when I saw the news, because I'm like, oh, thank you. Common sense has prevailed. Like, average everyday people are seeing the bullshit for what it is and being like, nah, we're not gonna try this guy for getting mad and throwing a sandwich at a very obvious overstep of power in my city. Like, it's very obvious that this whole thing is just bullshit, and they're just trying to propagate fear-mongering. Know your rights, stay safe. That's true. Know your right. If you live in the United States, know your rights, stay safe. Say nothing. But I'm just a silly tiger. Maybe I'm getting a little too spicy this stream. But yeah, stay safe out there. Stay safe. Yeah, fight the power. Fuck fascism. I say that unapologetically, and I will never change my stance on this. Okay, so, whew, I am actually getting myself a little too riled up. I need to drink some more water. I'm getting a little too spicy. But honestly, is it a spicy take? I feel like it shouldn't be it's mind-boggling to me to say, hey, fuck fascism is a hot take these days. That isn't a hot take, right, P-Tex? I feel like that's a pretty, if you're a decent human, that's a pretty good take to have.
Yeah.
The only problem is I live so close to the United States, it makes me nervous. Okay. So, all right. So we talked about the sandwich guy getting set free. Pretty fucking rad. I'm pretty happy about that. It's the world that got spicy first, to be honest. Yeah, it's true, right? And that goes back to the bubble. I feel like this extremism, this crazy, weird shift in all of a sudden very obvious fascist people gaining power and stuff like that and popularity. I'm just is this the result of us isolating from each other and because of let's be honest, and this and it's not social media started this trend. It started way back when gosh, it probably started way back, you know, not to say we didn't start the fire meme, but like it probably started back when like television became hyper capitalized and like cable networks started coming out. Like they realized like boring news wasn't catching people's attention anymore. So they shifted to fear. Always being scared, always being on guard. Don't trust your neighbors. Everyone might be a communist. You know, this perpetual fear, it's very riveting. It grips people. It pulls you in. It's like scaring somebody is an effective way to keep their attention. And when the internet came, it learned the lessons from classic media and kept it going. The algorithm pushed scary ideas. Matter of fact, even Facebook has got sued over this because they intentionally, even if it wasn't true, pushed aggressive stories to keep people engaged in their platform, and they found it worked. Fucking Twitter did the same thing when Elon Musk came, you know, gained control of it. Like this propaganda. Like if anyone ever says they're immune to propaganda, they're lying. Like everyone is susceptible to propaganda. That's why propaganda is so effective. Like constant like overloading of our senses and like being spewed things constantly does work. Our brains are simple monkey brains after all. And so like I feel like when the pandemic hit, right, and we had to be put into bubbles for our own safety. You know, I agree with some like I agree with the need to, you know, isolate and to shut things down to protect the betterment of all of humanity until a vaccine came out. Like I completely agree with that. I think that was a good way to minimize human suffering. But unfortunately, a lot of us didn't leave that bubble, and I feel like that's what really, you know, has crazily radicalized people and made us continue to be scared of our neighbors and to forget that we're all human and we have a lot more in common with each other than we think we do. Yeah, no, it's right. Spicy and nah, it shouldn't be a hot take. Yeah, right, it shouldn't be a hot take. Simultaneously isolated plus pseudo overconnected in psychosis is being encouraged. You know what? That is the best summary. I completely agree with you 100% on that. I think the overstimulation of isolation with like the perpetual like bombardment of like scary news on our phone, like we literally walk around with like the Library of Alexander in the palm of our hands with our smartphones, and yet like we are constantly being bombarded with like trivial information or information that's like, you know, I'm not trying to undermine like the traumas in the world. Like there's I know there's genocide going on in Gaza. I know there's suffering and like heartache everywhere. But I promise you, your neighbor is not the one who's like, and I'm speaking from obviously a very North American perspective, right? Your neighbors is not the one who's going to be doing that. Your neighbor is going through the same day-to-day bullshit that you are. We're all just trying, like the average people, we're all just trying to live our best lives one day at a time. And you should, you know, reach out, give your neighbors a try. Like you'd be surprised how much you might have in common with them and the beautiful things that can grow out of it. Don't fall for big corpo and their constant fear migrant. Because this is the thing, right? Fear does two things. It keeps your attention, and it can really, like, fear is the best way to convince you to do something. You want to buy a cool product? Make people, give them FOMO. Make them worry that they're going to miss out if they don't get it. If you want someone to, you know, like, it's all the same tactic over and over again. Like, don't fall for it. Break those chains. You know, not to become evangelical. Well, I mean, I'm not Christian at all, but I'm actually Buddhist. But still, like you might be surprised how much you have in common with the person sitting next to you. Give it a try sometime, within safe means, of course. I'm not saying trust, you know, the next guy you see with your life, but you know, an olive branch could never hurt. Okay, so. We are at the last, I wouldn't say the last, we still have like, you know, 30 minutes left, 35 minutes actually left. And I do want to shift subjects again, something a little more light. Let's end the stream like on a more light-hearted note, something just a little more chill, a little more fun. And I know we've been having a good time, like, and it's so funny too, right? Because like I was talking about a little bit of scary stuff, and that did get engaging, right? Like we are all like, oh yeah, let's hyper focus on this. But you know, like, that's doing the same thing. I want to end on a good feeling. I want to end on a note that's inspiring and everybody feels good about this. So real quick, we're almost at the midway point in the month. I want everybody who's still here in the chat to just tell me one really nice, you know what? Not even the month, today, chat. Tell me what was the best thing of your day today? What was the best moment? Because, you know, and I know everybody's on a different time zone, right? I know, like P-Tex, I know you're 6 hours ahead of me in the future, and some of you may be like 6 hours behind me in the past.
4:26 a.m.
4:26, 4:20, let's go. Blaze him if you got him. But on a serious note, chat, what was the best thing that happened to you today? Just tell me, what, like, flat out, doesn't matter how small, how mundane it is, how tiny, I want to hear it. I want to hear the small sunshine of joy. Like, I need it for fuel, and I bet you'll feel good saying it too, because it'll remind you that the day is pretty good, that life can be pretty nice. P-Tex, what was the best thing that happened to you today, buddy?
I don't know. I went and visited my grandmother today.
Oh, that's so nice. How was your grandma?
She's okay.
Oh, that's so lovely. That's really sweet. I love that. Everyone, if you still have your abuelita with you, unfortunately, my abuelitas all passed away, but if you have them in your life, cherish them. They're beautiful gems. Walking through today's snow. Hell yeah, that's that.
No grandpas.
Aw, I have one grandpa left. Walking through the first snow of the season is a lot of fun. I love that. I unfortunately didn't have a time to go for a walk today. I've been kind of, because Mondays are tricky days for me. So I did like a little bit of workout at home because I didn't want to, because my partner's been out of town for the last 5 days. So she got back and I was like, well, I don't want to run away from her. So I wanted to spend some time with her this morning. So I did my workout at home instead. And then I worked all day, and then right after work, I got ready for stream, and now I'm streaming. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to walk through the snow today, but I love that you did, Fenrir. That makes me really happy to hear. I'm really, really happy to hear you walk through the snow. My best thing that happened to me today is probably being here with all of you on this stream. I honestly really enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. If I have to be totally sincere, I'm not trying to overhype it. Being here right now on the stream, having the opportunity to just speak my mind, entertain with you all. At least I hope I'm entertaining. If I'm not entertaining and you're all still here, bless your hearts. But I hope I have been entertaining for you all. Yeah, being here has been a lot of fun for me. I really, really enjoyed chit-chatting, having these conversations, having these fun takes, even if they maybe are a little spicy. Zephyr, what about you? What is your best thing that happened today? I put out a light up holiday fox on my porch today. Aw, that is so cute. I love that. If you have pictures of that, could you post that in the Discord? I would love to see that. I would legit love to see that. I bet you that's adorable. That's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Everybody should have a light up fox on their porch for the holidays. Not even for the holidays, all year. Light up tigers. Light up fox and a light up tiger. I might be a little biased though. I will. Hell yeah. DBK Jones? Zeph, what about you? What was your best thing today? Or Aaron Anubis, if you're still here, what was your best thing today? I would love to hear it. Again, could be small, could be big, doesn't matter. I will, and it is adorable. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Uh-oh, I think the music stopped. I think we may have officially hit the end of the music. Oh, no. We're not quite there yet, but we are getting close. So I do have a playlist going that is exactly 4 hours long, and I know I'm getting close to the 4-hour mark. So, you know, that's why I was like, oh, am I getting to the end of my playlist? All right, I want to see the best things in chat. Best thing in chat, let's go. Okay, so we have walking in the snow. We have visiting grandma. We have a cute, adorable, light up fox on porch. I have, being here with you all, entertaining you, I hope. I hope anyways. I hope it was entertaining. Oh, you know what? You know what was another really nice thing that happened to me today? I was on my lunch break and I was laying in my bed just relaxing. And my cat Mooney like jumped up on my side of my rib cage right here, like cuddling up next to me and I had my phone in my hand. And then my other cat, Spooky, jumped in the bed and laid on my chest. So I had like a little blanket of like cats all around me, and they were just purring so loud, so happy. Best feeling the whole day. I was like, oh, I'm in heaven. I have both my fluffy babies around me, and it makes me so happy. So that was another really nice memory today. I think that was a really, really good memory that I was happy to share with all of you. You know what? And that's the thing. I think if we take time to just have a little gratitude, remember the nice things that happened, and share that little bit of joy with all of us, with each other. I think that's a lovely thing. And I think I might end my streams more like that. I think I might take a moment to ask chat what was the best thing that happened to them. Okay, well, I know we still have a few more minutes, but I feel I have gone, let me just check my show notes. Yeah, I think we've gone through every subject matter. I think this might be a good place to end. I know we will be ending a little early, but I feel like ending on a high note is always the right way to end. Wouldn't you agree, P-Tex?
Yee.
Alright, so this is where we're going to end the stream for the night. All of you, I hope you have... I do have one last... Your Tio Tigre, has one last favor to ask before we go. Before we end the night, if you all could stick around just for the raid, I'd really appreciate it, as the raid always helps boost the algorithm, boosts engagement, and it helps boost discovery of the channel. So just sticking around for the raid, I would deeply appreciate it. But until then, I hope you all have a very, very lovely evening. I hope you make sure to drink lots of water, get lots of rest, and get plenty of exercise. Your Theo will be checking on you. Until then, stay beautiful, stay wonderful, and I'll see you all later. Have a good night.